So why did the police officer arrest the duck? Because he was selling quack.
The stories make you glance. Grab your hats, y'all. H-Shots going live on YouTube. Where the truth fly. With the boots on the ground, a cam in her hand. H-Shots patrolling this great land. Through city streets and back road dust. She's watching the watchers in her we trust. Streaming live from dawn to night. She's the voice of justice, the beacon of light. H-Shots standing tall and proud. Country heart, her voice ain't loud. Tune in on YouTube, see her stance. She's telling the stories that make you glance. Under the neon lights or the setting sun, H-Shots' work is never done. From the sheriff's misdeeds to the city patrol, her lens is sharp, she's on a roll. Investigating truths with a country flair. On YouTube, you'll find it there. So hit that subscribe, ring the bell for more. H-Shots got stories galore. On YouTube's trail, she rides ahead. Champion of the free, just like she said.
I don't know if you can, but can you get an order for Hans at Old TNC Junior Market? The address is 1934 East Anaheim. All the windows are busted out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Naughty Corner, where I want to show you a little bit of something before we get started.
I'm not sure we talked about, because you say we're going to do this. What are my plans to bring love and shit forth? Do you
I
ask
don't
me
know.
my
I haven't
plans?
seen it, Joe.
And have you tried to help me with my shit, Jack?
Yes.
You just said you don't even know what my plans are. How the fuck are you helping me?
You know what? Hey,
Oops.
Joe, you can take your disagreements. I'm about ready to wrap up. Sincerely, you can be the first to go, but I'll give you a last word.
I'll take the last word. Blow me, nigga.
Grow up, Joe.
How you feel about that one, bro? That's some of that real, ain't it?
Yeah.
How you
Yeah.
doing today? What's going on? What's shaking, bacon?
Man, it's good. It's good. Cracking, lacking, you know.
Did you see the list of thingies that I thingied up for us?
I did.
All right.
I kind of
So,
glazed over it.
Glazed?
Glazed.
That's sexy. Say it slower and look into the camera.
Glazed.
There you go. You get the hang of this. All right. So let me get this straight.
On August 8th,
No, we're not there yet.
2020.
Stop being obnoxious. All right. So before we get too far ahead, we got the Wandering Hippie and Aussie Manda has joined the chat. Did I say that right?
Yep. You sure did.
You could. Baseball card collector. Oh, y'all just popping
What's
out
up, freaking?
Freaking. What's up,
Are
brother?
you seeing? I don't know. He has my heart. See?
And true. What up, brother? All right, so we got this thing here, and what we have lined up is the most annoying arrest I've seen in a minute. And
Yeah.
it is, what's up? That's
Chocolate.
the pig, yeah. Was chocolate who?
Yo,
no.
Yo the pig.
No. Yeah, no, that's I can't ever remember his name. All I can remember is Hogs After Dark. About 2 a.m. on the East Coast, they light up on laughing at people as hard as I do, and you gotta respect it.
Irish Rover, it's been a minute. Welcome.
Absolutely,
Andrew,
brother.
good to see you. Chocolate
Appreciate
milk.
y'all
I
coming
love
in.
me some chocolate milk.
I'm a fan. It's not a fan of
Latte.
me, however. So yeah, a very, very annoying person in the cops. Now, I am a law-abiding citizen at this point, and when I encounter the cops, yeah, for the most part, yes, ma'am. I occasionally don't signal.
Say that again.
I occasionally don't signal.
No, before that.
Mostly.
No, after that.
So my point is, whenever the nice officers pull me over, I tend to do what the nice officers ask me to. Because here's the thing.
Are you a bootlegger?
I have no idea how many of them motherfuckers it'll take to drag me out of the car. But that's exactly how many they'll use.
Yeah.
So I know this, and so I don't answer questions. I don't do the whole. There's no such thing as consensual contact with me. The very second we have contact, it's no longer consensual. What's up, Brooke?
Welcome in,
into
Brett.
Law-Abiding Citizen. Yo, mama's a law-abiding citizen. Don't make me smoke.
All right.
Someday I'll tell you my last name, and you'll find out why that shit's offensive. We ain't the in-laws, we the outlaws.
No, it crashed. Lost sound. Now I echo. Technical difficulties. Please hold. So, how's everybody doing in chat tonight? Yeah. I can't hear you. I can try to,
No. I had it
Okay.
muted because it echoes real bad when it first kicks back in.
Oh,
I was basically cussing out my rig.
okay.
All right, so let's try this again from the top. Insufferable motherfucker.
On August 8th, 2024, officers were summoned by a woman after a dispute with her boyfriend. Upon arrival, it became evident that she was the primary instigator of the conflict. They assessed the situation and likely determined that her behavior or actions were at fault, leading them to address her role in the incident rather than focusing on her boyfriend.
Hello.
Okay, I'll stay out here with him.
Usher her and
That's fine, Pero. But copy the link anyway. I mean, honestly, it'd be great if y'all would copy and share this motivator wherever you might be sitting right now. But just copying it supposedly helps the algorithm. I'm assuming sharing it does something as well, but who knows?
You been drinking tonight?
Like a fish. Wait, what's the toast? What's the toast? If water was beer and I was a duck, I'd swim my way down and drink my way up. But water's not beer and I'm not a duck, so I'm about to drink this and get fucked up.
Oh, I haven't heard that one. That's good.
There you go. And you like that?
That's good. I like that one.
I've been saving that one in my pocket for somebody asking me if I was drinking while I was drunk, and that's what I was going to unload on them.
Share screen, Kaylin.
Sweetie.
She's been everybody's been asleep and stuff for a minute.
Okay.
You know, like
When the officer arrived,
Can't
at the
really hear
residence,
that audio though.
a man sitting outside.
What's going on?
What? I said
The
you really
audio.
can't hear the audio, of them up at the house. It's
Yeah, no,
not that.
was-
It's just it's the audio from the body cam. But I'm just saying it's
trash, and he
Right.
put a backing track over it, and it's over it instead of under it. If you get what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
yeah.
And
No,
I can adjust my sound settings over here, and you'll get all of the music and the talking.
no.
But
I'm
we'll
good.
also echo. So
Yeah, no.
Inside the apartment, who appeared
Next
to be in
video
a
is a little
highly
better.
distressed state. The officer began the investigation by speaking with the man, trying to understand the situation and gather initial information about what had occurred. As the man explained the situation to the officer, he gave a full account of the incident, providing detailed information about what had transpired. He admitted that the woman had physically assaulted him and initiated the conflict.
You guys live upstairs?
yeah.
Okay.
but they done busted out the flashlight on them.
You guys live together?
No. She stays here.
Okay.
Yeah. Like she stay here.
She'll
Like,
slip
you
your
know, she's like
punches.
my
Good to see you,
girlfriend or
bud.
whatever, but she don't live. She don't
Appreciate
live
you
here.
coming.
She has her clothes in her car. She stays at her mom most of the time.
don't live there, but stays there. Kane, welcome in.
Can I call her a
Trisha,
couch
hey.
surfer? Except
Couch
it's more of
surfer.
a cock carousel situation.
God, carousel. Scotty Waddles, welcome in.
Scotty, whoa. Hey now.
Hey now. Hey
Of Kane's catharsis. I thought about sending him a link to this one just because I thought he'd like it.
Oh yeah.
Couch sucker.
Just before we got together and stuff. She lived with him.
Yeah. Where her mom was at?
Riverside, I believe.
The officer was taken aback by the man's account, especially since it was the woman who had originally called on him. However, the man's demeanor and the visible signs of physical injury on him suggested that he had indeed been assaulted. Despite the initial...
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to do the cop's job for them. You have seen the evidence they have at hand from one body cam angle. Who is the victim and who is the perpetrator? We have two individuals. One is a 95-pound dripping, soaking wet young lady. The other is this strapping young lad you do not see before you because I took him down. This strapping young lad you see before you.
That doesn't matter. I mean, why does her weight matter? If the bitch is crazy, just saying.
I'm with you. I'm hip. I'm down for equal rights and left. I have no issue with this. That bitch come at me with a knife, she's going to get it.
Call coming from the woman, the officer's observations aligned more with the man's version of events, leading to the conclusion that he had been the victim of a serious assault. As the officer continued to gather information, the man
Look
provided
at the nipples.
for his claims.
Noobs.
And like she's cool to stay here, and like I could go to my mom's house and all that. Like it could be that, but I don't know what how did you guys? I mean, she called.
Somebody, I don't know. I was on another call, so I didn't catch all the radio traffic. All I heard was his back.
She called trying to play the victim,
So
and she was the perpetrator.
Obviously. Oh wow, I had my wrap up there the whole time. My bad.
Oh, you're good.
I remember your name.
Yeah.
Is that video from tonight?
Yeah, I have videos like her throwing shit, like just not stopping, like just to like I felt like I needed to protect myself and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like
I mean,
like
yes, she done got herself. Well, we'll see, but it looks that way.
It kind of feels to me like she pulled a white knight out of a bottle, you know, some instant can of whoop ass on.
Yeah.
She released the hounds, as it were.
Yeah.
I mean, help.
Let
Not
me. Let me out of you. Let me out of you. Let me out of me.
destroyed the whole living room.
Everybody who's on a cell phone, double tap your screen, unless you've already double tapped, and then do it an odd
Double
number
tap.
of times.
Double tap. Double tap.
2 high fives. Let's go. Make that shit happen for us, man. Don't y'all love us? Why don't y'all love us no more?
Kitchen, like dump sugar and everything.
Are we getting too old? Is that what it is? Like we're not hip anymore?
No, we're not doing it this way. We're supposed to be doing it like this.
I said, is it because we're not, old? We're not hip no more. I mean, hey, let me know. Hit me up.
Yeah. I mean, we can get her to put out some cleavage. It'll be someone else's cleavage, but we can totally green screen some cleavage up there. I can do that. I have that ability. Just give you like a little head on top of some big, huge.
Not for my own. I just choose to be a little conservative. I mean,
don't you know that's a 4-letter word, young lady? Calm yourself.
26, okay.
See, if the audio, I can't hear shit.
It's terrible. That's because it's a recording on his phone that's being recorded by the audio on the body camera. And
I'm not trying to throw. I'm just saying it just sucks.
You hate me. Why do you hate me?
No, it has nothing to do with you.
All
it's the video.
Time to do it.
It's
Time to do it. Hey, John. We've been working together for a while. And I figured by now you would have learned I'm a total piece of shit at this job. And yet you still stick with me. Why?
Loyalty and honesty is the only thing I have to offer. Gosh.
Okay, I'll accept it.
Okay.
Oh, this is video of her throwing trash at him.
Right. So previous documentation of her
The violence.
batshit
Yes.
craziness. Yeah, got it.
Like this has been like a few things like this, like where it just like keeps happening. Like, I don't know.
If it keeps happening, no, man. Like, maybe I'll give you one, but two, you gotta go. You gotta go.
All right. I'm going to be honest with you right now. You can get away with a lot more shit with me if you're blowing me than you can if you're not. Just straight up, there might be a couch for you, even if I don't like you. I'm just saying, in all honesty, I firmly believe most guys go along this same general theme. If there is a possibility of future moistness, then we are much more tolerant than there is with an absolute shutdown. That's why you get
so how much is too much? Like,
if that's for her. Wait, hold on. Well, no, too much what?
So
You almost got me.
dang it.
Let's turn the page.
Like there's some other ones. Like I try to leave.
Still in my identity.
The footage
That's
clearly
too
shows her
much.
aggressively at him and physically assaulting him. This visual proof further confirmed the man's account of the events, showing that the woman was
When
the
the
primary
drama exceeds the
situation.
pleasure.
The video played a crucial.
All right. Stop kink shaming me, Kane. We've had this conversation before. If she's a 6'2" dummy mommy wearing goth clothing, I'll put up with a lot. Like, after that, it all becomes part of the show.
Yeah.
And my safe word is thank you, mistress. May I have another?
Crucial role in solidifying.
But she better be a bad bitch.
Of the conflict and the extent of the assault. After watching the entire video, the officer asked the man additional questions to clarify details about himself and the woman, including the nature of the incident. The officer's goal was to assess her version of events and determine the true nature of the conflict based on the gathered evidence and statements.
Oh my Lord.
All right. I just had a thought. We've got to come up with a drinking game to have on drinking nights. We've talked about this before.
Drinking
but we've never
nights? What are you talking about? Drinking nights?
Well, there's some nights when I decide to drink and I become a horrible host, and you're supposed to save me from that shit. But we need a game to get us there.
Why do you need a game just for you to drink?
Because, madam, I'm an alcoholic, and I will drink that shit like tea.
Okay, well,
need a limiting factor,
asking people for money is not going to get you anywhere. So
yeah, no.
Everybody's
These people are broke and useless.
Yes,
that's why they're here. See, I understand. I used to wonder who they were. Then I realized it was the fellow losers of my world. These are the people who
we don't have that that money symbol, so they don't feel like, you know what I mean? There's no shame in coming here. Like if you can't donate because you don't have the opportunity. Oh wait, well, I mean, you kind of do. Up there is cash.
It is up there.
And
if you pay her, I will drink. But the fact is, honestly, this is a terrible fucking gimmick. I'll drink anyway.
All right, well, drink.
Like, I know it's not a great gimmick. It's not gonna work.
Have a good night at work, Kane. You're in the wrong chat, by the way. Just saying. Be sure to cross over chats, go
Hold up.
through the like.
Did you hear some of that stuff?
No, I didn't.
What
I
she
was
was just
talking.
saying?
What's up, Ben
She
T? Go
was
ahead. Rewind.
Ben T. She was threatening him to go to jail for assault, and you could hear smacks while he on the camera here. And I know y'all can't see it at home, but on the camera here,
Yeah.
he's backing up the whole time. This whatever's happening is happening. He's backing away,
Right.
and so yeah, this is fixing to go horrendously sideways for everyone involved. This dude might actually walk away from this, whether he's
Maybe.
drunk or not. What's up, crazy dingo?
It's
Welcome to
crazy dingo.
Crazy dingo. Did the
Crazy
dingo
dingo.
baby?
No, don't do that. Don't do
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Oh, are we sensitive? Oh, this is
No,
good.
no.
Don't let
It
me
just
know you're
didn't
sensitive.
sound very good. That's all.
But no, it's a line from a movie.
I know.
Bone up, bitch. What's up?
What?
You got something to say? Come at me.
Nothing. Oh, you better knock it off.
I just gotta be like sweet with her, like I'm
Naughty
actually trying
corner.
to do my thing or whatever.
Yeah, she beamed him right in the head with something when she was saying that.
Mm.
You see it bounce off of him and
No,
fall
I
past
didn't.
the camera. I'm just saying I can see the phone. I know y'all
Okay.
can't.
Yes.
And I hate it for you, but it's a way more interesting video than you're aware of.
I know. I've been thinking, not like we have too many people watching, but I've been thinking maybe how we are alternating sources or whatever. Maybe we should alternate layouts too.
There's not. Well, I mean, okay.
I mean, regular and vertical.
You are
Like we
blind.
can do vertical for yours, and then we'll do. Well, no, because I want to test and I want to do.
You see the problem, right?
No.
No.
So no. So what we can do.
Let's hash this out.
All right. So we'll do. Well, it's up to you. There's two choices. We can do vertical.
It's up to me. Okay, we can go back to the video now.
Okay.
Something about slamming her finger in the door.
She was pushing me out the door or whatever.
What's up, Gregory? Welcome in.
Welcome in, Greg. Good to see you, brother.
No marks or nothing.
Except for his bruised freaking face. I need an adult.
She never really touched me. It's just like.
You like the old way. I know a lot of people do.
She's just trying to get by you. Explain that just a little bit more for me.
We can do an hour your way and an hour my way on two separate streams.
No, that's too much.
This doubles all of everything, all the work, everything.
No.
Sure. Just sit there for me. Okay. It's
What's up, Danica? Welcome in. You can't see the video. Yeah. No, I get it. It's very small, especially if you're not on a computer.
Can you wait inside for us, please?
No. I can stay outside.
Medic's right there.
It's my right. Come on outside.
Perfect. The medics just showed up.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, this is fixing to go horribly sideways.
Okay, they're gonna have to sign some documentation.
Sup, Danica? Welcome in, girl.
I have one of the crappiest microphones ever. It's a toner. What's up, Dennis?
Dennis. Hi, Dennis. How are you?
Like, I think I'm gonna totally grift for Christmas present for myself. A microphone. We'll see.
Right? You need a decent one.
Right?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with this one except, it takes up your face and doesn't look like a penis. think I broke her.
What's up,
We'll
Tiffany?
go, we'll go on with the video.
Are you trying to say mine looks like a penis and I'm eating it?
No, I'm saying if you had a microphone that looked like a penis you were eating,
Oh.
you'd probably get more views.
Oh, God.
What's up, Tiffany?
I
We're
probably
arguing.
would.
Yeah, you certainly would. Like people tune in all over the world,
Oh, I'm
folks that
sure.
never even thought about talking to you.
Like,
I mean, that could be a, naughty corner kind of thing. Find me one. Let's see. Like a cover. Let's just find a.
everything to be good. Like I really just don't want to. It just escalated too much.
Okay. Well, do you want her gone?
I'll do it for clicks and views.
You're gonna end up in jail. I'm telling
Oh my God.
you.
I know for sure.
You look good. Who cares about sound?
That is true. I keep telling her that this is a better
Oh,
stream,
no.
but she's not
No.
going for it. They're gonna. Hey, I'll tell you what happened. What's gonna blow the lid off this whole thing is they're gonna give me the ability to actually make a custom layout in this format, and it's gonna be on like motherfucking Donkey Kong after that, son. Because I've got all the gizmo gears and then thought it all the way out. I know exactly how I want to set it up.
Same old, yep. Nothing's changed.
Dude, I'll touch myself. I think it's so cool.
So,
I mean, sometimes I'm so smart I arouse myself.
No, I know. And that's like all of it. You know what I mean? Like it's starting to worry me. So
because you're gonna end up in jail. If she claims
it's like she's fine in she's been fine in a way. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't even know.
Yeah, no, just relax, okay?
It's called bipolar crazy bitch.
Oh no, I'll give you a diddly do. You hear her back there, right?
Yeah.
I'll give you a diddly do to damned if I know that girl is on some crystal. Like she is tweaked way too hard at the cop's face for this to be a normal night.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
Oh my gosh. My heart's hurting right now. Usually I'm on the TV and you're on the TV tonight, Sasquatch. Like I'm hurt.
Like, what?
He always comes in and says, "Hey, Jack, got you on the big TV." You don't know.
Oh no, I win! I win! Yes, victory is mine.
Oh my God.
You love me. You really, really love me. I'd like to thank all the little people that made this possible.
You don't want that shit happening anymore.
Toxic Tommy. Hey.
Tommy.
Yeah.
What up, bud?
I really don't know.
Have you tried a Tubs?
Like I don't know like worse.
Tried what?
A Tubs.
Yeah.
Might make his tummy a little less toxic.
The woman was highly aggressive, and the officer began questioning her about the incident.
Hold on. Smash or pass?
The guy or the girl?
No. Smash or pass?
I mean, it's a possible smash.
I think it's a smash. I think it's a smash all day long until she tweaks out. See, the trick is you got to keep her mouth busy.
When the officer began questioning
because here's the problem.
Incident, instead of providing a clear account, she blamed her boyfriend and demanded that the officer arrest him. Despite her outburst, the officer did not give in to her demands and continued the investigation.
All right. So we're going to do a slow clap for this particular officer who was able to see the obvious bullshit directly in front of him and thought to investigate further.
I think so. Yeah.
There's one not moron. I'm not going to say he's a good guy, but he's not a moron.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. He's still a cop. Damn it.
Okay, I'm Deputy Moore. So your mom's on her way to pick you up?
I guess. I don't care. Don't know.
So did you contact mom?
Sure.
Okay. Well, let's get. What stuff do you have here that you're gonna take with you?
Don't ask me. Ask his ass, because he touched. No, he touched all my shit.
Okay.
touched all my shit. I've got this image in my head of him literally walking around, her screaming, "Don't touch it," and him poking it like a kid in a freaking Fabergé store. You know,
I don't know, man.
that's just
I
the
mean,
image.
he's been documenting her craziness for a while, so I think he
Sure.
definitely is intimidated.
I bet he's got 1 billion views on that phone if he'd just release it.
All right.
Hold up. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to go through my old
C4,
phones. I just remembered I have a video of a buddy of mine the day before him and his wife get divorced. They'd been married for like 5 years.
Mhm.
And she finds out that he had screwed it wasn't that he was cheating on her.
Mhm.
Like she had gotten over that. That was just something that was going to happen. It was the specific person. It was like her childhood best friend or her sister or her aunt or some stupid shit
Right.
like that. And she goes absolutely freaking nuclear. I mean, throwing liquor bottles, throwing beer bottles, throwing freaking frying pans and
Is
shit.
this the one that she goes off like 20 years after the fact or something?
Oh
Or
no,
no?
she
Oh.
no. I filmed it 20 years ago is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
you found it.
Like,
Okay.
I don't know. It was 10 or 15 years ago. It was an
Right.
early flip phone, and it's
Yeah,
still
you'll
here
have to find
somewhere. It's probably potato quality, late
Mhm.
potato quality, maybe. But I gotta go find that because what's hilarious is she never cuts a hair on him with all of the felonious things that she threw at him. And the best
Right.
part is they weren't at their house. They were at someone
Oh,
else's
wow.
house and she was throwing
Wow.
dishes at him. And I mean, there's just layers of crazy here. But
Mhm.
then you get a single good look at the chick we're talking about and it all suddenly makes sense.
Right.
No, ask him. He touched my. I'm not going upstairs. No, he touched my stuff. Ask him. Gavin, what did you do with my stuff that you touched? My property. Exactly. He don't want to answer it. So ask him. He touched my property. I'm not answering it. Ask him. He touched my property.
Why are you being difficult?
Because he wanted to do all this stuff.
So is this a reasonable request? Touching my property in his house, apparently, or his father's house, I think.
Well, I mean, no, she still knows where the property is, even if he did touch it. She's just being difficult. I think.
West Side. West Side.
Work at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get woken up to shit like this. That's bullshit. I don't
Get you
care.
8 bit of sleep. Don't be
So,
live.
ask him. He touched my shit. Figure out where he did with my property that he touched that he shouldn't have touched. That's illegal. What'd you do with my Okay, he doesn't want to answer. Figure it out with him. I'll wait till my mom gets here. I'm done talking to all of y'all.
Okay.
Cool. Can I
Okay.
press charges about that?
All right. Yes. I'm
Okay,
gonna,
so can I have the paper so I can write my statements and
he's getting it for me right now.
Okay, cool.
So have a seat for me.
Girl,
Let's.
let's stand up. I don't feel like sitting
God, you
down.
gotta
I've
be
sat
so
down for a long
difficult.
enough time. I've sat down for a long enough time. I don't want to sit down no more. I'm cool. I want to press charges on his ass. That's cool. Go say hi to your buddy. Let him know what you did
Hey.
wrong. No.
It's 2
It's
o'clock in the
freedom of
morning,
speech. I don't
and
care.
you're getting ready to go in here.
Okay, so we do have things called noise ordinances in certain neighborhoods.
Right.
Like right here where I'm at, there are certain nights where the noise ordinance doesn't actually apply. So like Friday and Saturday night, you can pretty much blow up your 808s in the yard and nobody gives a damn. But you
Right.
try that shit on a Tuesday and
Right.
you might have the entire police force land in your yard to let you know that that's not cool. They'll all come by because I'm a block away from the police department. They will all come by to tell me not to do that. Maybe individually, perhaps as a group. Don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Defend.
What's up, Ben? All right, West Side. I'll get with you.
Cuckoos.
Cuckoos.
Oh, at least it's away from him.
I think she's cuckoo for crack pipes.
Sleep, bro.
Not your bro.
Didn't say you was. For him smashing my finger in the door and for him throwing shit on me. Boom. What? And look, a third cop. Oh my god.
You can call me
Free cat.
Sasquatch. But here's the thing, honey. If you're trying to claw your way through the door that he's trying to shut, you tend to get your finger smashed.
Right.
That's a red flag. That's not a
Right.
defensive wound. That is very unlikely to be a defensive wound there, bro. Think that shit through. How do you
Oh,
get your
Joe,
fingers
welcome
back
in.
to the door?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, old Joe?
I bet Gavin's having a heyday with this.
Your statement.
Okay,
Write it.
cool.
Cool. Let me go play. What is not plagiarize? It's perjure. Let's go perjure myself.
And then y'all want to take the mother side that got the cops called on him? Okay. Okay.
Oh, just shut up.
You got drunk. Let's blame that. Okay.
Wow.
And I'm loud up there because my stuff's up there.
No, you're not.
My stuff's up there. So I've lived here for 2 months.
It's his place.
Okay, so by law though, if you live somewhere, it's 60 days. They have to have a 30 or a 60-day eviction notice so you can get evicted. So since my stuff is up there, I'm allowed to go up there. I have lived here for 2 months.
You're not going back.
I have lived here for 2 months.
So how does this pan out in the court of YouTube?
In the court of YouTube, I mean, what she's saying, that there is law to that. So I mean, but because of it being an altercation and her looking like she's the aggressor, I mean,
so the options that I see before me is either she willingly leaves for the moment,
for the time being, right?
Yeah, or she's going to unwillingly leave. I don't see any other outcome that can happen. Either she leaves here or pit and patting her way out because they've already asked her to call her mom to come get her.
Right.
You know, like, hey.
So how am I gonna get my shit?
He's gonna bring it down.
No, he's not touching my shit. He's touching my shit. There's gonna be a problem. He's not gonna
oh my God! Shut up! Talk too much.
He can't touch my property.
Okay, I can't lie. I got lost staring into your eyes.
You're such a liar.
He's getting.
He can't touch my property. He can't touch my property.
Statement.
No, he can't touch my property.
Who is she saying can't touch her property?
Her boyfriend. All right,
okay.
The guy who lives here, the guy whose couch and cocky she's surfing on. I suppose that's my guess.
He can't touch my property.
Well, it's coming down. So.
I don't care. He's not gonna give me all of my shit.
Where's your mom coming from?
Dayton. I live in Dayton, so it's 30 minutes. Y'all want to wait 30 minutes? Y'all gonna have a heyday with 30 minutes? About 40 minutes, actually. Y'all want to have fun? We can sit here. We can go on and on and on.
Focusing on gathering objective evidence and assessing the situation based on the facts, rather than her emotional reactions. After evaluating the information from both parties, the officer concluded that the
Izzy Sky, welcome in, girl.
Izzy Sky.
Nobody knows why we do that. There's only like 2 people on earth that care.
woman was the primary suspect in the incident.
What? Really defend?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't make it.
Make sure you plug your phone in. My phone's on 1%. Like I said, I can't even go upstairs to charge my phone because these motherfuckers want to like, you can't go upstairs. I live here. I've lived here for 2 months. 2 months.
No.
How no? You want to see mail or something? I mean, like, I've lived here for 2 months. You want to talk to his mother?
No, that
I
is.
mean,
that
technically,
is
that is usually. What?
If she's got mail delivered there by the post office to her, she's got a leg to stand on the living here thing. Now, whether or not she has a room or she's sleeping on the floor in the freaking, that's something that may need to be discussed, but probably not right now.
Anything? I paid rent and everything. I paid this month's rent. You want something?
You got ID on you? With the
Are you f***ing stupid?
No, I'm not.
My ID is from Dayton. I just moved here 2 months ago because I got with this dumbass. So how the in 2 months I'm gonna change my address?
You had 30 days, bitch. You're supposed to do it in 30 days.
Facts.
No, you're not. Ass question like that. Okay.
All right. So she's drunk. And she's angry drunk. May I suggest
so how do you get that? How do you
She
how
said
do you
earlier in the
oh
video, she was sitting there. He asked whether she had alcohol, and she said, "You think I'm drunk because that guy got me drunk? Blame him."
oh I missed that part.
Right.
Okay.
And he's obviously a little verschnickered. He was sitting outside with his shirt off because apparently she ripped it off of him. I think it's just foreplay, but the cops got called instead. I think maybe he took her last crack weed or what, however you do that stuff. What the fuck are you looking at? This is gonna go great.
I don't care what I'm making. It's a free country.
You think you're in Dayton right now?
It's a free. Oh my God, boo fucking who?
I don't care if you live here.
Boo
You're not
who?
going upstairs.
Hold up. I might have to clip that. Oh my God, boo fucking who? Oh my God. Oh God, that's great. That's great. What is she? 102 pounds?
I don't know. I'd break
She
her
ain't
over my
like
leg.
this dude. You cut 3 of her out of him. This is what
I
they
mean,
mean.
yeah, look,
By,
she's like this. You know,
yeah,
like
she gonna get a cricket her damn neck trying to talk down to him.
feisty
I
chihuahua.
know.
Feisty chihuahuas,
Boo
right?
hoo. Boo fucking who? I don't care. So I come back tomorrow because that's what I'll do. I'll come back tomorrow and get my shit.
That's a threat.
Yup.
No,
Yup.
come get your shit by all means.
That's right, Gavin. You heard that? They said I could come back tomorrow and get my shit. That's what I'm gonna do.
So
Be here tomorrow.
now walk away.
All the property.
No, it's not. No, it's
I said
not.
that he can find.
Okay, cool. That he can find. I want all my shit now. If I'm leaving tonight,
The-
I want it now.
We're not doing that.
No, I want it
This is
now.
what we have right
Legal,
now.
I want it now. My shit, I want it now. I paid for the shit, I want it all now. All the food that's up in the house, I bought. I got the receipt. You want to see it? That's my credit card number and on it and everything.
Okay.
I want it
So,
all now.
Here's the property that you have
I want
right
it
now.
now. Okay, I'll wait for my mom to get it because when my mom gets here, I want all my shit out the house. All of it. Food and everything.
Where are you gonna put it?
Cool.
She,
Food and everything.
I guess, you
That's
know,
what I said here. Y'all don't know a date.
in her mom's car.
Promise that. Y'all from Jamestown, y'all don't deal with dating that much, I can tell.
She a little hood rat.
I ain't got no bra on. You keep looking at my flat ass chest. So what are you looking at? Why are you looking down here? That ass. Why are you looking down?
I
That's
just
too
had
funny.
this flashback to this hot chick is all up on my ding-a-ling, giving me the eye while we dance and sing. I can't stop staring at her belly ring.
Oh my
Next thing I know, she's showing me her thingy thing.
God. Thingy thing.
Down here. I don't care. You keep looking down here. You know how uncomfortable that is? You're an officer. You're looking down here. I'm like,
Bitch, get dressed.
that's unprofessional. Stop looking at my chest.
What tits? Oh, sir.
Well, I mean, that's what she said, you know, a moment ago was, why are you looking at my flat chest? Now she's like, why are you looking at my tits? So which one is it?
He's just trying not to get a straight shot of that crazy eye, honey. That's all it is.
Yes.
That's all it is, bro. You crazy as hell.
Yes.
He's tried his best not to fucking trigger you.
Trailer park trash. Okay, sure.
Trailer park girls run around the outside and they both is this bitch's head. Oh my God. Do you want a smart?
Get the fuck away from me. What, you want to shine the flashlight on my chest too?
You did.
Your ass.
Oh,
This
that
guy-
was funny.
Oh, you win the internet tonight, my brother. We're giving him, I don't know who this officer is. If we can identify him, I want to give him a participation trophy. I got to get some stickers to mail out.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes. I can make some.
Right? Gotta do something.
Naughty corner stickers. I can make them.
Naughty corner participation trophy stickers.
Yeah. Yes.
It should
Got
be
it.
like a little picture of I don't know. I'm going too far.
You're a fucking
Doing too
weirdo.
much.
Fucking weirdo.
No.
Y'all can't do shit on me. I ain't done shit. Can't put me in the back of your car. Freedom of speech.
Will you submit the field sobriety test?
When I'm drunk at my own home? No. I'm at my own house.
Straight up. Straight up. Good
Hold
job.
on. That's she's got a point.
No, yes. Yes.
I mean, she is outside, and for the moment she's not allowed back inside.
But
My answer
still.
would have been, bitch, I'm drunk at home. Arrest that man. He threw me into public. I'm hard to deal with. People just laugh at everything I say, and I'm dead serious what I'm saying. Just because you're laughing don't mean I'm joking.
But I mean, try to make me understand why they would even ask her to do a field. Like, what could they?
Evidence, gathering evidence. They're
trying to say
all.
she's in public and drunken or intoxicated in public.
And as far as I've seen, she has not
But
left
it's
that.
not public. Exactly.
She has
It's
not
still
left that
private
port.
property.
At
Exactly.
most, she's in curtilage.
Exactly. That's crazy.
But she's also not allowed back inside. So
Okay, but she's still on property though.
And if her mom shows up, she just goes and gets in the passenger seat. She still hasn't technically broken a law.
Right. I mean,
let's see how far she gets.
I'm at my own house. Why do I need to submit a sobriety test when I'm at my own house? I can drink at my own house.
So having physical control of a motor vehicle.
What motor
What are
vehicle?
you talking about? Because I went to see if my charger was in my car.
Oh wow.
Are you for real? You
Okay, so that guy lost his participation trophy just now.
Wow.
In fact, we may have to send him a sticker that says "Bad cop, no donut." That's dirty. That is dirty. Yeah, right. She was driving the yard.
I mean, that came out of left field.
Driving the yard.
Field because she sat in the driver's seat to get her charger.
Yeah, with the keys in her hand. So poof, now she's in control of a motor vehicle, even though it never crunk up, never moved. There's no judge on earth.
Now see if
it'll get her downtown though. She won't beat the ride.
Right, and that's all they're trying to do right now. They're trying to shut her the fuck up.
Well, they just want to get her into spit hood and a set of cuffs. I mean, I gotta admit, she would be a bit sexier in a set of cuffs.
Oh my god.
Definitely with a gag.
to see my charger phone, so I'm gonna plug my phone. Realized my charger was in there, so I came out and said, "Hey, he took my charger because my phone has to be plugged in. You know, the car has to be on to charge the phone." Then I came back and sat down. Did I ever sit in the vehicle? No.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't even sit in the vehicle.
I reached into the vehicle to look to see if my
what?
y'all are just.
No way.
Yeah, they're just getting her.
We need the body cam of that officer that saw her do that.
Right. Yeah. I did not see her go to the car.
I mean, not in this. Right. But I mean.
Okay.
They get me. That's so funny.
As a result, the officer proceeded to arrest her. During the arrest, the woman reacted with intense resistance, screaming loudly and yelling at the officer. Her emotional
oh my God. If this woman says you're doing this because I'm black, I'm just going to laugh obnoxiously. It's going to be so funny. I'm going to take it to all of black YouTube and we're going to clown this girl into an actual meme. I swear to God. Because you hear how ghetto she talking and stuff. You know that. I mean, oh my God, please.
Outburst further indicated her agitation and unwillingness to comply with the arrest process. Her behavior not only highlighted her distress, but also complicated the situation further for the officer. The officer managed to secure the woman in the vehicle and transported her to the station for further investigation.
For what? Yeah, for what? I didn't do nothing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, I didn't drive. You're hurting my
Stop
grip.
pulling. Stop pulling.
I'm
Stop messing. Stop.
My hand's broken. My hand's broken. You're smashing my hand. Stop.
Turn around.
Oh my God, bro. I didn't do nothing. At all. I literally went to sit my charger was in my car. That's so fucking funny. Y'all literally just try everything. Y'all just want something.
All right,
I don't
Dennis.
know how old she
Hold
is.
on, Dennis. Dennis, we need to talk for a second. Listen. I understand that they have just invented charges to lock this woman up. I also have experienced a situation where they wished they had invented charges to lock that woman up. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying she can't be here tonight. She can come back and get her stuff, and she could have left at any point in time she decided to, but they would have picked her up for public drunk as soon as she stepped onto a sidewalk. I just about guarantee it.
Right.
That being said, she kind of needs protection from herself, and others seem to need protection from her. So whatever charges they've got to freaking invent to get this woman the help she needs, I don't really have an issue with it because no judge is going to convict her of this. Rebuttal?
No.
So you agree that the temporary abbreviation of her rights on the basis of being unruly?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, it is sort of, she is disrupting the peace, definitely. There's no way you could say she's not. And she's made active threats against Homie in the presence, and they've got evidence of her throwing and assaulting Homie. So
Right.
I wonder if he goes to jail too. Let's find out.
Yeah, she has the freedom to say what she was saying, but I mean, it ended up costing her freedom for the peace disturbance.
Well, there's more to it. There are videos of her beating Homie with an ashtray and stuff. Like, he didn't call the cops, she did. So when she called the cops got evidence of an assault just straight up. They could have just hooked her up right then, but they tried to get her elsewhere other than to jail. Because homie over there wasn't trying to press charges. He's like, look, she just got to go, man. She can't be here.
Right.
Now, the rent question, the mail question, all this other stuff becomes something of a mystery. Makes me wonder if she's tagging the dad too. But he's not out here, so probably not. Because he was getting some, he'd probably be out here saying, nah, she was drinking with me.
Probably.
Because I went to see my charge. Ow! Stop touching my hand!
You gotta share the video.
Okay, my hand is broken. I got
It's because you're the professional.
I don't give a about medics. That don't mean touch my fucking hand.
She's twitty. She's
This
a
is
day.
literally so fucking stupid, and I'm suing all of you. Don't fucking touch me.
Stop.
Fuck you.
Stop.
Fuck you. I will call you.
Well, like I said, I don't see anybody going to convict her, and no judge out there. She's not going to have to pay for a freaking attorney. They're not going to maintain the charges of operating a vehicle under the influence. There's no way that flies. Right? It's just that the idea that she could, and that they can't leave her there at this point because that decision's already been made. Assault has already been committed. You know, you can leave or you can stay here, but you can't walk away. So that seems counterproductive. But at the very beginning of all this, she said, I'm going to call my mother and she'll come get me. And he said, okay. And that was where that should have ended. She should have called her mom, come get her, whatever she had to do to get somebody to pick her up. But it is all pretext, but it's because they have overlooked the initial assault that brought them here. She called because there was an assault. It happened to not be on her. It happened to be on him. And they have evidence. So whether he presses charges or not, she can be legally removed from this location. Add to it all of the freaking madness that's been going on. And yeah.
And Gavin, I hope you
Like that.
You fucking piece of shit, bro.
I don't know.
You, it's time to my eraser.
You want me to leave mine?
You.
Welcome in, Mad Catter. Good to see you. Why don't you go click that like button? and then click the share button. I don't care what you do with it after that.
You. Yeah. You. Yeah, I bet you know, because I'll roast the f out of your ass. You. Oh, yeah. You piece of shit ass. You. Let me. No.
Careful,
Let me.
because that guy will fuck up your pretty face
Yeah.
and never pay a dime for it.
Right.
Ladies, take notes.
Mm.
No.
Snap her arm, her shoulder out of place, man.
Oh my God. There's a.
It would be her fault at this point.
Maybe a
I mean, she's under arrest. Once they say you're under arrest, there is no point in fighting that shit.
Right.
You're under arrest.
Right.
Whether it takes 2 months, 2 days, 2 years, or 2 minutes to get you into that car, you're going.
Right.
You can beat the rap, you can't beat the ride, baby. So you might as well just go just as placid as a freaking limp penis, bro. Like, yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir. Call me a bootlicker if you want to. I ain't never had my ass whipped by the cops.
Stop. You want to break my f***ing arm? Let the f*** go. You.
That is assaulting an officer.
She just kicked him?
Yep.
You're getting a seatbelt.
You. Push me. Keep pushing on my side. Keep pushing on me out. Watch to see if I can get your camera footage. Put your hand on my f***ing neck. That's the first thing you did.
We got your camera footage, honey. It wasn't you, it was us. They did it. And we got it. And now we're laughing at you. You got drunk and locked up because you're stupid. It wasn't for any other reason. If you'd have left the cops out of this equation, homie would have let you stay there.
Right, right.
It wouldn't even, you'd have slept that shit off. Maybe 3 more shots and we'd have been good, baby. Got back on your couch. We could have Netflixed and smashed, and I'd have went to work the next morning. Instead, you're going downtown for the Jimmy ride. You get the silver bracelets, baby. How about them apples?
Watch what I'm about to do. Camera footage like a motherfucker.
Yup. I might want to clip that bit too. This girl might become a star. Camera footage like a motherfucker. Damn right. Damn right. That's that might have to become a short sound. I need to mark this one. This one's got several good clips in it.
They can't go to the gym.
You want to arrest me because I want to see what charger was in my car? You know,
Thank you, Janica.
what charger?
Dum dum dum.
I mean, the only thing I could think of when she said that was, I mean, if you choke me during sex and it ain't no good, I'm calling the motherfucking cops.
Right? I mean, I might give you another chance if we finished. I'll tolerate a lot. Just there has to be a certain how was it Joe put it? Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
How do the Romans say one hand washes the other kind of thing?
Yeah, it would be a wild ride for sure.
You. I've never been arrested in my life. You arrested me for a charger. That's foul. Look at my record. I've never been in trouble for shit, dude. You arrested me over a charger. My phone is dead. My mom's on her way 30 minutes away. You think I don't want to charge my phone to see my mom is on her way? Like, you won't let me go upstairs to charge my phone. So how am I supposed to charge my phone to get in contact with my mother? The one that's supposed to be coming to get me. That makes no sense. None at all.
I mean, she has another valid point, right?
Somebody something.
There are ways that could have been handled, but she was screaming too much.
Oh, no,
I
totally, I mean, she totally did this to herself.
Right.
Straight up.
But she called the cops. That was her first mistake.
Right.
That's bullshit.
This mom.
Bullshit! Fuck you! I think you need to stop. Dude, he arrested me for a charger! Stop. No, he arrested me for a charger!
Is that her mom?
Here comes mommy. Hey, you know what they say, right?
What?
If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
I don't know about that, but
Mm.
Stop. No. Stop. Because I turned on my car to see my charger was in it. Because I want to turn my phone on to call you. So
She
you
crunk it up?
Dude,
Oh, that's a little different.
before
That is a little different.
what?
She crunk it up. She crunk up the car. She got in the car and crunk it up to turn on the inside light or whatever because she's a moron. And that's a little different. She was
So you don't
technically,
have to crank it over all the way to turn the inside light on.
apparently she did. I don't have the camera. I'm wondering about that. I may have to go dig around and see if I can find it.
You ain't digging around.
We'll see. You're right. I'm probably going to get my dick sucked and take a nap.
I was fine, Mom. I was fine. Now you're going to jail.
I mean, she's still, you know what I mean? She needs to
Right.
go. She needs
I wonder,
some.
I wonder if I can
Maybe.
get one of those rage metal bands to do a cover of that bit.
I mean, I'm not saying that what she's being arrested for is legit, right? But knowing what we know, I mean, you did it to yourself.
Facts are. Right. Now, I wonder if I can get a heavy metal band to redo this bit.
Now you're going to jail.
Yeah, see, she's just going above and beyond, man. Holy moly.
Mama just said, "Oh, okay," and shut the door and walked off. Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with this shit on your own, sweetness.
Do they take her or do they let her go?
They're taking her. She might even get the shackles.
Well, if she keeps kicking, yeah.
Here come the shackles. It's gonna get way fun now.
Get her a ball gag for Christmas.
We shackle her legs and then shackle from there to the window, like the bars.
He asked that as a question. To the window?
Well, I mean, she's so small. It's possible those shackles might be like freaking. She might be able to just shut. You remember that one we saw that got out 3 times? And she was chunky. This chick's tiny. She can just fall through those things. If she thought about it, she could probably just slip the cuff she's got on right now.
I want to say she's 18. I remember the guy.
She
walking
is
up,
over 18. She is.
not over 18, but is 18.
It doesn't matter. As long as she's 18 plus, it is like an immaterial question how old she is.
Oh.
You know, legally speaking.
Don't break the window.
Stop. You're out of my hands. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
She's lucky she hadn't been tased.
You don't care.
I mean, yeah, but she's already in the back of a car.
We got a couple of things to do. We're at that hour mark and I missed it. That's why I stopped a minute ago and then I forgot what I was doing because you're just so fetching.
I gotta bounce. Thanks a lot for proving just how ugly and immature you are. It's been real. And just so you know, I don't really care about your problems.
Who you trying to mess with, Ese? Don't you know who my daddy is?
That Hunter Biden was trading on his father's office to make $50 grand a month from the Ukrainians. In October, he admitted it.
The fact that you were the son of the.
Of course, yeah. No,
What role do you think that played?
I think that it is impossible for me to be on any of the boards that I just mentioned without saying that I'm the son of the Vice President of the United States.
Son of Joe Biden, and boy, it's tough. I put the crack in the pipe and smoke it up. I like every day I'm tweaking, laptop leaking, pictures of me on a cocaine bender. Quick Pro Joe got me working in the Ukraine gas company directing. The only thing I know about gas, you can huff it. Now I got 50K a month in my pocket. For the director's charisma, I'm smashing my dead brother's widow, impregnate a stripper. But nothing is better than crack cocaine when you're rich and famous in the Ukraine. Cocaine in the Ukraine.
I've been saving that in my pocket for a minute. I can't resist it no more. It's just so funny to me.
So yeah, Binti, okay, minor in possession of alcohol. Okay.
What did I miss?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, Binti was saying, if she's 18, then minor in possession of alcohol would be the reason that he's asking her to do a field sobriety as well.
It could be.
Could be.
I had not thought of that. I mean,
Me neither.
hey. Oh wow, and that means they should lock up the other guy too. Hello, Darlene. They should lock up the other guy too because well, he gave it to her.
How do you know?
That's what
she said. The crazy girl said.
She said that he did deny it. He said when they first got there, it was like, "What's going on?" He was like, "We were drinking and she lost her fucking mind." Yeah. Alex Dunn, welcome in, bud. Appreciate it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Later, the woman was brought before the court to answer charges of disorderly conduct.
Resisting arrest. Okay, so that's all she got was disorderly conduct and arresting. Okay, I have no issue with that. She was being disorderly, and that's true even before the cop showed up. So, yeah, I'll buy that.
On February.
All right, so we got a couple of choices. I'm going to start drinking, and it's going to get more difficult to run it. So, we have. He killed his family and then escaped the interrogation room by the crime piece. And the ignorant gangster literally tells on himself, which I suspect we may have covered from a different channel.
No, I think we did the other one, though. I think we started it. Or no, it was like Wild Escapes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he was in the list of Wild Escapes, but he didn't actually make it out of the building. But he does make it out of the interrogation room by kicking his way into a staff room or something. Can you imagine sitting at the desk and some random dude just kicks his way out of the wall behind you?
Play that one. I think we might have seen that one or done that one.
That sounds familiar. So we want to watch a gangster tell on himself or this guy's like a multiple murderer, the one that tries to escape. Come on. The surgery that proved there's no such thing as free will. You're bored by all those things. That was just hanging out down there for after you leave.
I don't know.
All right. Well, this guy tries to escape. We're going to check it out.
All right.
All right. Do you remember the toast?
I remember parts of it, but don't ask me to replay it.
Come on, try. What do you remember?
No, I don't. Are you talking about the new one that you did backstage?
Yeah.
Are you talking about your? Oh yeah, I have no idea.
If water was beer and I was a duck, I'd swim my way down and drink my way up. But water's not beer and I'm not a duck. So now it's just time to get fucked up.
Yeah, what he said. Cheers.
What's up, Papa?
Hi.
My family rushed me. My room.
All right. Hold on. Let's go with some context clues here. Are we looking at this place? Now, I know y'all can't see it as well as I can, so I'm going to do some clues, right? We're going to do clues. A clue. First of all, this place is an absolute nightmare. It's a house fire waiting to happen. You could start a fire 2 miles away from here, and it would eventually creep up here. There's so much brush right up against the house, right? We have pots. This used to be a nice place. There's several flower pots. There's several seating places. There's a little fire pit over here, but you can tell this place has seen better days because the light has been ripped off of the freaking foundation. The stucco has been removed in several places, and painted over with the same color. And there's a random wire just running down the wall. I'm unsure about that. I don't know.
Come on here real quick then. Yes, sir. What are you talking about, dude? Yep.
Wife beater. We got a wife beater.
You're just gonna tell me what's going on, okay? So my family was trying to walk into my room, and they were trying to hit my heart. And my dad had a knife, and my sister had a sledgehammer, and I.
Depressed property. I like that defense. That's pretty good.
But however, I found their bodies, and their wounds were healed. Oh, do you want me to show you?
125 is good. We need additional units code.
Is it just me, or does this look exactly like a murder house?
It could be.
I mean, it's creepy as fuck.
I don't fucking know. Like I shot him in the head, and then they're convulsing.
What's up, Brandon? Welcome in, bud. Appreciate you coming through, brother.
We are 10-4 and we have one detained.
Why don't y'all double click that like button and well, maybe just click it once, double click the screen, however it works to make it work right. You can dislike it too. That seems to be just as effective. I need to get with Flow State and do a dislike stream. Just do a straight rage stream. I bet he'd like that.
I don't fucking know what happened. And then they're banging on my door. You have blood on your hands. What's up with that?
Yeah, he just told you he killed 3 people.
My mom was like, "You need to die." I was like, "Put it around." I've been telling officers that I.
Well, they got the cool black cuffs.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
He's way too calm.
Hey, do you think we should secure this interview?
No, I can show you where the bodies are.
No, just hold on. Just hold on. Okay?
Okay, so
Hey, hold on. We have to detain you in the car, okay?
They're over there, like right. Okay.
Are they in the house?
No, she looks scary. They were biting their arms, and then there was like fucking hot boiling shit on the ground.
What?
I can't, just kind of hang out for me for a minute, okay? We have to figure some stuff out.
That shit was fucking weird. I don't know. My heart. I do.
We're going on a fucking marathon? Like, bring the goddamn truck down here. What the hell's wrong with y'all? At least they locked it. Now, Brandon, I'm not going to highlight that one, but that's sad.
What?
Right?
Oh my god.
Yes, he said body. Yes, bodies. He's like, I can show you where the bodies are. They're like, no, let's get you in the car.
We should stand by and wait for AB2 to clear.
Ooh.
Just kind of hang out, I guess, until the AB2. Just gonna make some announcements.
Well, hell, if that's the case, just think about how scary smart I would have been if they hadn't dosed my ass with freaking fluoride. Disturbing, isn't it?
Yeah, very.
Right?
Make sure no one's hurt.
This is why I like Darlene. She has a weird, dark sense of humor that just tickles me.
Yeah.
This chick is really unsteady on her feet and looks nervous as hell. Somebody pried that door open. That's a byproduct of being kicked from the inside, which is weird. Why would you kick it from the inside?
If you were trying to get away from a crazy.
The lock's on the inside.
I don't know.
There's a lot of blood. Give us 10.
Diddy pity word.
Sheriff's office. Anyone inside? Come on.
Apparently he killed some people.
I locked it in my back seat.
Sheriff's office.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it out loud, but
Anyone inside? Young.
some of that cob goblin while streaming type freak, yeah.
We're gonna have one hold on the left. There's stairs to the left. To the right, there's more stairs. He sounded like the family maybe to the right. We're looking for father, mother, and sister, possibly 10-7. Correct? Cool.
Oh my,
Well,
yeah. That's a lot of blood.
Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office! Anybody inside? Come out with your hands up, open and empty.
looks like dogs in the kennel.
Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office! Anybody inside? Press to go! Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office! Let's take this first door. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office!
Yep.
Okay. Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office! Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office! Stepping out. Stepping out.
All right. We'll move. You guys take the door to the left. I'll hold right.
Okay. Moving up.
Hey.
Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office!
Said they were out by the thing. I don't
Bernalillo
know if he ever said what that thing was. Huh.
Sheriff's office.
Yeah, they're gonna answer out here with the riot shield in your hand. Bet you regret bringing that thing, don't you?
Nothing.
I mean, if they're hanging on or still alive, though, they would be, you know. They
No, I'm guessing these guys have been dead for a few days. I'm curious why the cops got called. Because I don't feel like the neighbors called the cops out here.
Well, if I don't know,
Or you see
there's
what I'm saying?
multiple bodies. I mean, it's you know.
Where?
Blah blah blue, blah blue blue, blah blue. Yeah, okay.
Stay out of them.
You want to say his name?
Jason Gaudette.
It tastes bad coming out of my mouth.
Jason Gaudette.
Yeah, let's try and stay out of them.
Thank you, Defend. You're awesome.
Hi, kids. Do you like violence?
You rock.
we tape it off? No.
Absolutely.
We are, dude.
Absolutely. You're at a crime scene, sir. You are definitely at a crime scene. Let's get to the interrogation
yeah,
part.
yeah. Let's
All
do
right.
that.
Oh my God. I need to know where this is so I can go grease that fucking door. The other day, I was on a live stream with somebody and they went outside their door and it freaking screeched like that. And I was like, dude, just spray some Pam on it. And he's like, really? I got some right here. I was like, yeah, dead serious. Spray some Pam. He's like, rear. Oh, wow. I was like, it's called lubricant, bro. Every machine needs a little bit. It's funny that he's wearing the official killer's uniform.
So before I take you out, no problem. Right now, no problem down here. No problem. You need any water or anything? Understandable. Water. And I'll yeah, go and take them out. I'll get you some water. It gets that cold. If it gets a little too cold, I'll try to find a blanket or something for you. Okay? Yeah. So my name's Cameron. I'll be the one coming in and talking to you here in just a minute. Just go ahead and hang tight for me. If you need anything, just knock on the door.
I don't know, Mad
I'll come back.
Hatter. I tried to look at to see if it was in the description of the main video, but it's not.
Hello. Like I said, my name is Cameron. I'm with the sheriff's office. I'm one of the detectives.
See, this is what I mean.
You're just gonna come.
She's right.
About what happened today? Okay? But before we go anywhere, I just want to make sure I have your information correct. So, how do you say your name? Adelaide, Mr. Adelaide. Adelaide. Okay, and how do you spell it? A-D-L-A-I. And then David. Basically, what that means is every
Let's
American.
go to where he's trying to escape.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
I want to make sure you understand.
I'm going to use my buttons.
Use your buttons. Left to the right, left to the left.
I knew you were a military fuck. Right, right, left, right, up, down, right, left, right. Bitch.
3, 5, 4.
So you have the right to remain silent. That means you don't use it against you. What that means?
You got to sign everything, bro. Sign it all. You got one more. There we go.
I'm not going to touch them. I just have to make sure I have the information that I need.
I don't care about your information, bro.
Yeah. So where was your dad when all this was happening, when you shot?
How is his voice doing that?
I don't know.
Demon confirmed. I mean, like, we can hear homie perfectly clear, but when he speaks,
but his voice was weird. Yeah.
Weird. That is weird.
Well, I'm just asking what you want. On 55 year road. 55 year road. Yep, I've got it at the top. Where did you shoot your dad? In the living room. And did you shoot him? Where did you shoot him? Well, at first off,
Yeah, it was just weird.
It's just creeping me out too much.
Yeah, it is. I'm telling you, it's the aliens. That's what Defense said.
Odd people.
Smoking
All right,
auditor, what's up? Thank you. Well, he thanks you.
What's up, smoking auditor? Welcome in, brother. Pete Taco. You've made it.
You're hot too. I know. I agree, Pink Taco. What the hell? We're gonna start switching it up. It's my show, so we're gonna start switching it up. It's my show, so we're gonna start switching it up.
Do I get to choose my own switch?
When you run it, yes.
Well, it's got to be at least like thumb sized or bigger. It doesn't leave the proper marks. I want my wife to be angry with me.
Wait.
Wait.
Wait, put me back. How do you feel about butt plugs?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, they're good for you, especially if you got like a little foxtail or a raccoon tail or something. Okay.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. No, that's gonna get clipped and it's gonna be in the shit show universe forever.
Absolutely. We'll get you the 9-tailed foxtail. We're totally going to do that. That's happening. Hey, it'll say from AC on it. Homies, go ahead and do. Life is a video game. He's going in.
Oh, so he just went through the wall straight up. Straight up through the wall.
Hold up. Oh yeah.
It makes me think of the Kool-Aid commercial. Especially when you just said that.
Right.
Hey, weak wall.
That's wild. Well, that totally happened, brother. No, we're not going to look at that one tonight. Yeah. Not at all. That's far too intellectual for this type of thing. So instead, I want to show you what not to do when you get arrested.
February 9th, 2022.
Okay. So we've got about 30 minutes left, and we should be able to get to the top 10. Do not do this once you encounter an officer. Right?
Okay. All right.
So shit happens, life sucks, people die, and this dude ends up being interrogated. Do you want the backstory?
Well, you kind of have to have some of the backstory.
Okay. All right. I'll let it do it.
But is it the right backstory? Because
Sean Hill's body would be found lying on a sidewalk in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Surveillance video showed police that while Deshaun was walking, another man was walking past him on the same sidewalk. After they passed each other, the unidentified man turned around and shot Deshaun 3 times. After making sure he was dead, the man runs away from the scene. The police were unable to ID the suspect from the video, but they did know what he was wearing. With help from the community, they were able to name 30-year-old Cody Forcam as their prime suspect. Businesses and residents of the area provided police with surveillance footage, and they were also able to pick Cody's picture out of a lineup. The police had enough evidence to get an arrest warrant for Cody, who was quickly found and brought in for interrogation.
Where are you from? Minneapolis Police Department. Minneapolis Police? Minneapolis. Yep.
I'm already creeped out by this guy. Why? If you've got that much of a receding hairline, you should just shave your head and be tough, right? That's my opinion. I even have a weird shaped head, so when I shave my head, I look really, really weird, kind of scary. Yeah, it's not good.
All right. So we're here to talk to you about get your side story, like we do everybody else. Yep. Okay. We're investigating a murder that happened last week. You can take your mask off if you want. Yeah. Okay. Murder. Yep. At Golden Valley Road in Penn. Okay. And so
that's the last thing for not man.
Okay, but I have to read you right. You know that. Okay. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in court of law. You have the right to talk to the lawyer now and have the lawyer present now during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you without cost. You understand your rights?
Yes,
yeah. So that's why, but that's why we're here.
Like I said, I'm from Minneapolis.
Hey, you can pull that down. That's fine.
No, I know I am kind of funny, but you know.
Yeah, that's fine. There you go.
So like I said, I ain't, what I just did was the people yesterday. These motherfuckers was able to do this to me. They was able to look at it.
Okay. Well, I'll take a.
All right, chat. I have a question for you. In fact, I'm going to end the poll I have going now and add a poll. So Response to, or what do you, your opinion on tariffs? We have a valid negotiation tactic, which is 44%.
Mm-hmm.
It only drives inflation at 24%. And I don't know, shots at 31% because I love you guys. He's so predictable. I'm actually fairly surprised that 44% the valid negotiating tip. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna do the things with the thinginess and the stuff with the stuffiness. And we're gonna ask, listening to this man talk, is he trailer trash? Wait. Damn it. Wrong slot. Do. Right. Maybe I'm gonna let him talk.
I'm saying, look how they do me.
Okay.
Look how they do me. They just kicked my mom's door open, man.
Well, they didn't take your mom's door.
Man. I was on the phone, man, with somebody while it happened, man.
We were there. We were there at your mom.
Come on, man. Like I said, man, I ain't about that.
Okay,
I don't gang bang. I don't do, you know what I mean? I ain't with the guns. I ain't with the, you know what I mean?
Let's listen to me. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay, there's a murder at GVR and Penn. Okay, we're not here just because we got nobody else to talk to. Okay, we're here because you're involved with this murder.
All right. So here's the poll: is he trailer trash, or ghetto white, or BET gangster?
BET gangster.
I can't vote in my own poll, but you know, if I could, I'd be voting in my own poll all the time.
What would your vote be?
You told people. You told people.
In my vote, he's ghetto white.
Ghetto white.
He's ghetto white. All right. I've seen this video before, so I'm kind of cheating, but just listen to his story.
People. That's why you're here. That's why you're not in Minneapolis. Okay, we have talked to people, all right, that have put you there at the scene. There's video of you at the scene
the whole time.
The whole time. Okay, we know why you're there.
I ain't buying it, man.
You're not buying it. I'm not here to lie to you, though. Why would I lie to you?
I ain't buying it.
Why would I lie to you?
Listen, I ain't buying
it. Where were you last week then? Okay, let's go back. Okay.
Oh, so that's why you had to find harass my family like that.
No.
They pulled them over. Yeah, that's exactly why.
Where were you?
Because the Fond du Lac officer was like, when did you pull into supportive housing? I said, it was Friday.
Right.
It was Friday.
Right.
It would have been like 7, 8 o'clock. And it was the Fond du Lac outreach worker, Amanda Linen. She's our worker.
She gave you a ride, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on, Charlie. Did you just tell me that man got a forehead bussy?
Yeah.
That's what she's saying. Dude, I'd grab that motherfucker by that little poof, drag his ass around the bar room, make him apologize to people.
Yep.
Okay.
She's been trying to find me for like 20 years.
Okay. But here's the deal: is that this murder happened on Wednesday.
Can I get some to drink?
Okay. Let me see what you.
That's because I've been smoking that K2 in the clink. I got cotton mouth running off wild.
Still a drink, all right? Okay.
Yeah.
More or less.
Y'all basically probably called Fond du Lac or whatever and had them come do a little whoop, whoop. You know what I mean?
This is not Cody's first time talking with police. In fact, he has an extensive criminal history. Everything from assaults to arson are on Cody's record. He even spent...
Hey, One Big Pun, I love you to death. I really do. But we need to discuss how you use your spell correct. Just saying, you're not wrong, but love you to death, bro. Don't ever change.
Spent time in prison for some of his crimes.
They picked me up, or no, they stopped my mom. They stopped my mom and my girlfriend and put them at gunpoint. 40 calibers in their faces and shit.
I'm sorry, Dennis. I apologize.
So y'all did with one entity. You did.
Listen to me.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Cody.
Because they motherfucking pop the trunk saying he's hiding in the trunk. Come on, man. Nah, man, like I said, man. The way y'all did my people yesterday was real bogus, and the way you just went to my mom. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I just said, I ain't even been on to. You know where I've been at? I've been over in Hayward, Wisconsin. Like I said,
You weren't on Wednesday the 9th, you went there.
it's Wednesday the 9th.
Right.
Wednesday the 9th.
That's the day that young boy was murdered. Yep.
Wednesday the 9th, I think I was over in Hayward, Wisconsin. I think I might even have a ticket for the theater.
You remember this guy? You remember this guy? We've seen him in a different interrogation about a different murder where he kept saying whoop whoop and this, that, and whoop whoop, and then they went over there and whoop whoop. You remember that?
I think so.
I started talking like him for like the rest of the show because it was hilarious to me. They'll come in here talking a whole bunch of whoop whoop, and I can't remember, but I remember. You know what
I can't remember, but I remember.
it feels right.
That's what she said.
That's it.
With your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, so you were in Hayward, Wisconsin?
Well, I'm thinking, well, you said Wednesday?
Wednesday the 9th, okay. A week ago today is when that young man was killed. You were in Minneapolis. Okay, you're on table. Okay. I'm not telling you lies. I'm telling you.
I mean, if you got to think about it.
You were over on the north side.
Yeah. No, it's not going to go well for him. I mean, like he says, they have film of him doing everything but pulling the trigger. His story absolutely does not check out on any level.
Well, they believe it's
in the neighborhood.
I think he bought some liquor like right afterwards. They've got him at a place at a time where he showed his ID and stuff. Like they got his ass.
Okay.
You approach people and talk to them, right? Okay.
We were banging balloons and I blacked out.
This is the guy right here. Okay.
Right.
That's why we're here.
I think you've seen this too.
Wisconsin. I know you're lying. There's no ticket stub that you can provide that's going to tell me you were in Wisconsin.
Like I said, man, this is how this all played up. I was wondering about how you would pull a gun on somebody that got to 8th Park. You know what I mean?
We weren't there.
Nah, you put them on them though. So like I said, man, like that shit could send my mom got a short time to live. Y'all could have stopped it yesterday doing that dumb ass shit. So I'm just saying, like I said, you're trying to tell me something that
Sir, if you were hiding in a trunk, I would expect them to utilize every bit of force to remove you. I mean, you are wanted for murder.
That's what? Okay. I don't know.
I'm just telling you.
Wednesday the 9th, dude, I've been homeless. I've been working with
Lady J.
Val Wafer.
What's up, lady?
Been trying to.
He's seen you in a minute. You go, girl. I heard that. I have some random person trying to friend me on Facebook that claims to be you, but I don't trust those people.
Fine housing, whatever. I guess there's a short
phone. That's what she's been trying to do.
My phone?
Yeah.
But yeah, phone too. Yeah, she assisted me.
What happened to your phone? What happened to your phone?
It got broke.
Did it get broke? Where?
It got broke.
Where?
I asked my girl. My girl broke my phone.
Cody was worried that his phone would put him at the scene of the crime. So he broke his own phone, hoping it would keep him from getting caught. What he doesn't realize is that all the police need is a phone number.
Did you have a phone last week?
All they need is a phone number, brother. And they got your ass. Phone don't matter. It's the number they track.
When
did you have a phone?
I don't even. Man, I always got a phone.
Yeah?
I always got a phone.
Well, what was the number of your phone? What was your phone number?
See, that's where y'all trying to dig me in a hole, man. Like that.
Dig in a hole? You're already in the hole.
Oh, no, you're saying that you're telling me people are saying that they.
People are talking because you know what? That young man did not deserve to die that way. He was actually shot. He was executed. All right? And you know it. There's nobody. There's nobody that's protecting you at this point.
Are you kidding me? That kid had no reason to die whatsoever. And you didn't have any reason to kill him. But you did.
You said you got a camera, you said you got,
I'm just here just to hear your story. You got nothing to say? You have nothing to say about that?
Like I said, man, like my sister staying off of Golden Valley over that way.
Where she stay at?
She stay over off by like Popeye, some like an eatery.
What's your sister's name?
Camilla.
Camilla?
Yeah.
Camilla what?
Camilla Rose, different ones.
All right.
But
what were you doing over there then?
What?
What about Wally's?
What about Wally's?
Yeah.
Yeah, market.
So you saying you got me on camera, by the way?
Oh, we got you
all over the camera, dude. We got you down Newton. We got you down Oliver. We got you on GVR. We got you walking down Penn. We got you shooting that kid.
Say you got this to my mom's, right?
We didn't even tell your mom while we were there. She was very, very cordial to us. Yes. Yeah. And we did not tear up her house, nothing.
He doesn't know. We didn't tell her anything about why we're here.
But we're here for a murder investigation, and you're the suspect. You're the guy that everybody's saying did it. People are talking.
Everybody did.
People are talking. Why would
everybody who saw you that day?
Everybody that saw you out there.
What do you reckon? Sadly,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. He's burying himself.
Yeah. So
he should have shut up a long time ago.
But if you matched with him on Tinder, would you hit it?
No.
He's a bad boy. You like bad boys. You told
I
me
know,
yourself.
but he's not. He's like a pinhead. I mean, like his hair. It's just not my type.
He just talk about some Fred zone shit, or like what do you mean? You just gonna hang out with him and do his drugs, or like you can give him a friend reach around every now and then?
If we were talking,
What if he buys you a drink?
Okay, I would take the drink.
What if he buys you dinner?
And I'll eat the dinner. And?
I'm just waiting for you to fall through.
Who knows me around that way?
But that's the best part. People that don't even know you pick you out and said, "This is the guy. This is the guy.
This is the guy the second time."
Thank you, Smoking.
So you're saying all those people are wrong.
Yeah, they're all wrong, and you're right.
They don't even know each other, but they picked the same guy.
I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that.
Once again, we see a situation where a suspect is told that they are suspected of murder, yet their body language and
what's the channel that was doing the woot woot shit? This is all I could think about every time I saw it in chat.
Oh no.
Was this dude. So that's why you never saw me doing it. Because this guy, yeah.
They say do not match the situation. Imagine for just a minute that you have just been accused of a murder you didn't do. How would you react? Does your reaction match?
The Northwoods Press.
Yeah, that's the one. Woot woot.
You just see what the opinions are. That's what you
Well, I know what I can see on video. All right.
Man, like I said,
3 shots. 3 shots.
Okay.
He's dead.
People describe you to a T.
Absolutely.
So why would people
To a
be saying,
T, not an I, not a P, not a B.
But if he'd have shaved his head, he'd have had a shot. Because I guarantee you in that description, he had hair, then he had an extra piece of hair right here. Like he had hair, right? But there was like this bald section and then extra hair right here, like he transplanted some hair up there, and it didn't exactly take.
You can see the bullet coming. You shot him from the behind.
Call that buckwheat.
On a cold sidewalk. Face down in a blood puddle.
Check it out now, like I said.
They don't check it out.
What you expect? What you expect me to?
I don't know. Have a heart. Have a conscience.
Like what you expect me to sit here and put me at a place where I wasn't at the time?
where were you then?
Like I said,
Where were you?
the night.
The 9th was a Wednesday.
Exactly
A week ago today.
Exactly. We go today.
Actually, yeah.
Right about now.
Yeah, we were still up at the scene processing.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I think I was my big brother Kurt.
Absolutely.
Curtis Warrington.
Where's he at?
Buckwheat.
He doesn't stay anywhere near in the city.
He does.
Does he stay in the city?
Well, he doesn't stay in the city. Well, he does and he don't. He works 3 jobs in the cities. He works at Pizza Luce's. He works at the club, the strip club. He works security there.
Which one?
I don't know, strip club, but he works at the Red Lake office too, security.
The Red Lake
So
security.
he's traveling from Red Lake to Minneapolis.
No,
to work
not
three
the
jobs.
Red Lake. The Red Lake office is over in South Minneapolis.
Okay.
Sir. See, that's what I mean. Hey, you're gonna spin everything I say like it's a
No,
lie.
we're just-
no,
no, we're just-
no. You're gonna
It's
look
Joe
down
Biden.
like he ain't
Where?
The old guy. I was just kidding.
What does this make stupid people famous? Are you hungry? You
Red
need your
pill?
meds?
That's so. I don't know.
Oh wow, Mad Catter got the buckwheats line. What movie is that from? I can't remember. If my hair looked like that, I'd freak out. I'd shave my damn head.
He's coming down from Red Lake. No, they got a Red Lake office over in South Minneapolis. Right? He works 3 jobs. So of course he lives in Mille Lacs because the mother of his kids stay up in there. But he's got a place. I don't know. I guess he just got a place now in Minneapolis.
So you were with Curtis that day?
Like I said.
No, I'm
a
just
week ago.
Yeah.
Not all. I'm not gonna say from 8 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock at night, but yeah, for the most part of the day, those were my brothers. Calling my brother, my cousin. My mom's sisters, all over. Like I said, man.
I feel like this may involve some incestuous bullshit. Because he's talking about his brother, cousin, uncle. That other guy that can tell you that I was with him when this happened.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is. Y'all gonna let me go? I'll go find him. Right. Dylan killing Dylan. What is up, brother? You just got you a participation trophy. Welcome to the show. Yeah, no, that's how that works. You've got a good name. I like it. It tickles my pickle. Officer, all I know is he stole half my weed. Yeah, that's probably him. He's the one that like took your money and sold you freaking grass.
Right? Oh my god.
Fucking rabbit tobacco.
Yeah.
Guys, like I don't like that. Like you gonna ask me a question, right? This the good cop. You're the good cop. This the bad cop. No, I can dig it. Check it out. You gonna say?
I can dig it.
Oh no, Mad Catter didn't get the joke. It was buckwheat. He's talking about some buckwheat, like with the type thing happening up there. But no. There, I don't want to talk about that right now. It's dirty.
Oregano stems and seeds. Right.
Right?
It's happened to all of us.
Red Lake all the way to Minneapolis. So I'm saying y'all gonna pull my nerve, sit there and play around.
No, but here's the
like I said, I ain't like I said.
Cody, all we're trying to
I don't
do.
know it all.
Here's the thing.
Y'all know it all.
When I tell you something, if I was sitting in your chair and I had
Dude, I got mercy, dude.
Hold on a second.
I got mercy, dude. Look at this.
Sit down.
Look at this.
Sit down.
Look at this.
Oh,
It's
gross.
Alex,
Nasty.
bro.
Nasty.
That's horrible. That's so bad. You need a
I
better
wouldn't
class
take a bag
brother.
that was duct tape. I'm sorry. I just wouldn't do it. First
No.
thing I think of is powder, right? I mean,
So all right, Sasquatch tales, right? So I went to school with a dude who was a bit of a dealer, and several years later, I'm over at a buddy of mine's house. He comes in and tells me, "So I just went over to this place, and this guy just stole my money and left." And I was like, "Real big dude, like got a scar on his cheek, got a freaking mom tattoo on his shoulder." He's like, "Yeah, that's you." I was like, "Come on, get in the truck." We rode over yonder. I walked up, knocked on his door, and I was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, is that you?" I was like, I mean, he knows me. What are you doing over here? He's like, "Oh, we're robbing white folks. Here, hold on. Let me get your shit." I was like, "Am I not a white guy?" He's like, "No, you're not a white guy. Not here, you're not." I was like, "Okay. Thanks. Have a lovely day." But I think it was just that I had the balls to walk up, knock on his door, and ask him what the fuck. He's like, "No, that's you're not a white guy today. On this day, you're not."
Right.
Okay. Is this guy a white guy?
No.
Hey, really, I don't even want like.
Here's one thing. One thing. Hold on.
Maybe.
I was supposed to. PRT. Ooh. Y'all know what I'm talking
There it goes.
It's a murder. It's a murder.
Some goofy. Like I ain't there.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna say just before we go. Okay, was that if I was sitting in your chair and I had two people ask me where I was on a specific day, and they're saying that I did a murder.
That's what Durfee did with me just yesterday.
I'm not talking about Durfee.
I'm saying if you ask me what I ate for dinner, or say you say, hey, what you eat for dinner Thursday and it's Sunday, I might not remember.
But my point, but listen to me.
They ain't talking about dinner, fool. They talking about murder.
You probably remember shooting this gentleman in the back of the head, would be my guess. And I'm just guessing.
I'm just saying, if I were you and I had two guys asking me about
that same shit was Tuesday, not Wednesday. So that wasn't Wednesday. No, ask my girl about it. The same two when I brought.
Okay, so you went to the movie on Tuesday with her, not Wednesday. So where were you Wednesday then?
Like I said, I was with bro. Like I said, I was with my brothers.
You were with Curtis. Okay, and where were you? North side, south side?
What is this? What is this to do? Is this to help better my situation?
Well, it's explaining where you were that day. Yeah.
There is no bettering your situation.
Yeah, no, the very second you didn't say, I want a lawyer. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Hey, you've been arrested. I've sat you down. You're wearing cuffs. You are handcuffed to the table. Now I'm aroused. Damn it.
Meow.
All right. So, and then we say, let's get her undressed to start filming this thing. Wait, no, that's a different job. You're handcuffed to the table, and I'm going to ask you some questions, but I give you this piece of paper and tell you that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney will be appointed to you. And I go through the whole spiel. You initial this, you initial that, you initial this, you check that, you check this box, you sign it. Old John Hancock.
I'm not going to sign anything, first of all.
Well, you are, because after that you get to have a lawyer. But what I'm saying is this: we're at this point where you've just signed it, right?
Okay.
Now I want to know where you were on the 13th.
I want my lawyer.
There you go. See how easy that is, folks? Simple as pie. I need a lawyer. Make a song out of it if you wish. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you ask for the lawyer. You just have to ask it.
Lawyer.
I'm not talking to you. Get me a lawyer. You can even like, yeah, lawyer time. Right? I mean, it doesn't matter. Just ask for the fucking lawyer. It's free. Do that thing. Yes, you got to go sit in the hole for a while. Okay, you might beat the case, but you won't beat the ride. Take the ride, bro.
I don't like I said.
Share.
I'm kind of.
But I don't want to.
Yeah,
I like to keep it to myself.
If I had somebody saying about a murder.
This guy's annoying anyway.
I mean, okay. I mean, it's close to that time.
Are you going to do that time?
I mean, I'll do my time.
I don't want to hear it. What was that? I'm sorry.
I said I.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm done.
Are you sure? Yeah. You're not going to do my outro?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Links don't work on the phone? Fuck. Damn it. We're going to have to figure out a better plan.
False accusations about some.
Cody is very angry, and he's not only going to tell the detectives that he was at the crime scene at the time of the murder, but he also gives them the motive behind the shooting.
Oh, you would have Wally's and boom, 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 boom.
You were by Wally's, absolutely.
I was by Wally's. But y'all don't know the story.
Well, tell me.
The supposed to be in the motherfucking face, stole my phone, all that stupid shit. That don't mean I pulled the motherfucking trigger. Just because of.
All right. So what you just heard.
Exactly why he pulled the motherfucking trigger.
Exactly. That is why, and it is after a fashion evidence. It proves that he was over there by Wally's at the time this occurred. It doesn't prove he pulled the trigger, but I'm pretty sure the video will take care of that.
Right.
And we got a motive opportunity.
People say some shit. That's what it is. That's what it is. So y'all gonna go with the fuck here anyway. I was over at the store I got fucking my. That's what that was.
Who jumped you?
I don't, like I said, I don't know. That don't make me no murder.
Party, baby.
My big cousin come get me.
Why are you up so late, brother? Actually, we're going to stop this. We're going to go into a totally different phase of this bullshit. And it depends on how much you want to stick around, whether or not you're going to be here. Are you going to be here? You're not sticking around?
Probably not. Probably not.
Not even
are you doing after hours?
I'm kind of thinking about doing some after hours stuff.
Okay.
I've got a bunch of stuff over here that I've had like sit because I haven't really done a live stream of my own in a minute, you know.
You did one yesterday.
That was a disaster, quite frankly.
Why?
None of the people. All right, so it was specifically set up for certain reasons, and then everyone involved
now
fell through and everything.
Fell through. So then you sent me a
Binky showed up. Binky.
Last minute.
Binky showed up last minute. You swung right in, pulled my chestnuts right out of the fire, and I thank you. And the chat thanks you too, because I'm here tonight drinking. So, are we going to sit here and bullshit for 5 minutes, or are you going to stick around a little longer?
No.
No.
I mean, you can keep going. I mean, I can come back maybe later, but yeah, I have to address.
I like coming twice.
I mean, hey. You can just end mine and keep going.
We'll do that when the time comes again and again. Last smoke of the night, bro. You got to stick around at least a few more minutes. Oh, by the way, double tap this motherfucker and copy the link. That seems to work. I don't care what you do with it.
Yep.
Right. So I'm gonna you take control of this whole thing for a second, and I'll be right back.
What does that mean? Anyway, so I just want to say, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming in on this Naughty Corner evening. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. Yes.
Are you done?
A naughty
Have you
corner?
finished it
Yes.
yet?
Naughty. Well,
yes, this is a naughty corner.
His corner is not the naughty corner. You're in the wrong track, but
I mean,
you can.
I do spend a lot of time. I am a naughty corner native, if as it were, at least a naturalized citizen. I've been
the
there
naughty corner was built around him.
I am the cause.
You were the cause.
Feel like I need a dunce hat. Maybe I can make it an aluminum one. It's like a wizard's cap. Spell it WZZARD.
Yeah.
Wizard.
Naughty circle. There you go.
All right. So have you already done your thing?
Yep.
Do you want to do more of your thing?
No.
Like this? Good. Are you sure you want to smile with everybody? Tell them you love them. Each and every one of them.
Each and every one of y'all.
Brother and sister.
No, I'm not doing your thing.
I'll threaten them.
I can't.
You can't threaten them. All right. What's up, Toe Baby? Yeah, no, that's where we're at, folks. I'm gonna toss this end of the whole thing off into the fire and let it, simmer. I'm gonna push a little button over here. It's gonna give me about 3 minutes to take another shot, go talk to my wife, and get me another beverage so I can chase further shots. After that, if we can figure out how to make a link work, good luck. I might even open something of a panel.
I mean, you have to be on the computer. Or you can copy and paste it and email. I don't know.
There's a way to do it. I've done it. I've done it on a phone. I did it at the beach on the phone. I know it's possible. From a vertical stream. I've done it. Yeah, if you put enough spit on it.
All right, so do my little thing. Oh no, I want you.
Wait, are we doing your little thing? You're doing another little thing. Do your little thing.
No. I don't care about your feelings, and then drop me.
I gotta bounce. Thanks a lot for proving just how ugly and immature you are. It's been real. And just so you know, I don't really care about your problems.
All right. So that's gone. If y'all, I guess I should have told y'all some shit before we got here, huh? Did you know that free will is questionable at best? So it goes a little something like this. We can't define exactly where at free will begins and the greater design of the universe ends. And this has been such a sticking point on the Panelverse recently that it is downright an absolute freaking mystery. I know some very intelligent people that have been having an issue with this particular thing, specifically trying to associate free will with secularism and morality, right? And this would ordinarily seem to be a relatively easy question to answer, except for the fact that if once you add the concept of free will into it, so homie was, y'all decided he was ghetto white. So there you go. He was ghetto white. You're welcome. We solved the mystery.
You should be a monster. You know, because everyone says, well, you should be harmless, virtuous. You shouldn't do anyone any harm. You should sheath your competitive instinct. You shouldn't try to win. It's like, no, wrong. You should be a monster, and then you should learn how to control it.
A few
facts. That's from our favorite Kermit the Frog imitator, Jordan Peterson, I do believe. Let's try to get everything resettled. I gotta move some stuff around. Yeah, no, free will is a curious thing, brother. So if you've ever seen The Waking Life, they take a really, what's up, chili dog? They take a really loose leaf kind of approach to it. They define it as either part of God's plan or part of the architect's plan, as it were, or some bit of weird randomness that can't be defined in the universe. And given a choice between the two, I would rather be a predeterministic cog in a wheel that has a purpose and a reason, rather than being just some bit of quantum foam floating around in flux and never actually meaning anything, you know, because at least as the cog, you have purpose. But there was a surgery that was done back in the day that would apparently remove some people's free will. And they would just become highly suggestive, basically zombies that could barely care for themselves, provided that they were given the tools and given the orders by which to do it. Did I say hell, Arden? I apologize if I did not. You good, Moose? Okay. The dog just stole my bed.
Welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. But why did you click on this video? Not even 10 seconds ago, you were mindlessly scrolling through your YouTube feed, and then you saw this title and thumbnail, and something in your brain had to know what it was about.
Okay, so that's not true. I clicked on this video several weeks ago and saved it to my playlist, and now tonight I'm here watching it with you. Now, I have exterior knowledge of the surgeries that he's talking about, and I'm aware of like some of the theories that spawned out of these particular procedures, but I haven't seen his take on it. And this dude's usually got a fairly, I don't know, it's a fairly grounded take on it.
So you clicked, but what was that something in your brain? Seriously, tell me, it might get my click rates up. But for real though, we've got a motor cortex, a visual cortex, an auditory cortex. But where do decisions come from? That question got a lot more complicated in the 1960s when a new surgery started being performed on people with extreme epilepsy. It was called a corpus callosotomy or split brain surgery.
So, interesting tale. I have a friend of mine that I grew up with who was born with a type of epilepsy that is not treatable. It can't be managed and it can't be fixed. But the one way, and stick with me on this, because it's going to sound absurd in a second. Let me do it this way. And stick with me on this because it's going to sound absurd in a second. The one way to prevent this epilepsy from happening is to remove half her brain. Absolute fact. She had half of her brain removed. And she's just as much of a bitch now as she was before. So. This deals with certain types of epilepsy, but what else does it do? Now, if you go talk to her today, you'd decide she was a perfectly ordinary person. I can't argue that, but at the same time, I know she's only got half a brain.
Yeah. Try to guess what they do. Yeah, they split the brain in half. Of course, the brain is already pretty much split in half between the left and right hemispheres, but they're connected at the bottom by a bundle of fibers called the corpus callosum. So yeah, they just kind of cut those fibers. This made it so the two halves of the brain couldn't communicate with each other, which sounds like it would be a huge problem. But believe it or not, they went on to live normal lives. This surgery didn't change people's personalities or ability to function, but there were some kind of weird things that came out of it. You know, things like their left hand would start drawing something and they didn't know why. It's like there was something in their right hemisphere that was trying to communicate. They were kind of like two different people in there. So if that's the case, the question becomes which one of those two entities are, you know, right.
So this brings me to my next question, right? Did they kill half a person when they took half her brain out? Is this an immoral act? Together, they can't operate. If you remove half of it, it operates like a perfectly normal machine, as it were. What are we talking about here? Do we have two personalities at odds inside our skull at all times? Does this explain some of the voices people hear in their heads? I don't get it. I mean, where do we go from here?
Running things. The subject of split brain experiments has come up from time to time on this channel, but I don't think I've ever really done a full video on it. So I decided to do one because this topic is one of those things that just really caused this shift in like how I see the world, how I see other people, how I see myself. And it came from a book that I'll be sourcing quite a bit in this video, and I highly suggest you read it. It's called Who's in Charge by the neuroscientist Dr. Michael Gazagina. Taking.
All right. So this book, it has some very interesting premises on the concept of free will, because according to some aspects or some of the points prescribed in the book, some of your dominant thoughts come from your left hemisphere and some of your dominant thoughts come from your right hemisphere, and it manifests as a personality that is sort of at odds with itself, which is why you come up with passive aggressive type people. But at the same time, when he starts talking about the different experiments, it becomes a much different discussion of when we're talking about the dominance of one side to the other. Are we talking about a literal dominance, or are we just talking about a preference? And is it mechanical, chemical, or is there a soul associated with it is the question.
Copious notes, as you can see. He did pioneering work on split brain patients in the 60s and 70s. He's written several books.
Hold on. Can I just drop give this man Mr. I'm not even going to say his name because I'll drop a hard R on that without meaning to. Mr. Michael over here, the participation trophy. He has stolen it from all of y'all, just so you know. Yeah, I know, I got it. It's ego. Yeah, I get it. But no, see, the thing is ego's still there. Even if you remove half of a person's brain, they still operate as if they're functioning on an entire personality. And it's like the explanation I got from a psychologist was, if you cover up one eye and you never take it off and never let it see, you will eventually develop, like if you cover your right eye, you will eventually develop dominance in your left eye to such an extent that even if you uncover your right eye later, you would still primarily see through your left eye due to the brain's experience in doing so, right? It's kind of the same thing. When you've got both halves of your brain, you use both halves of your brain kind of ad hoc and wherever it freaking matters. But once it's removed, you only have the half that you have access to. The other half has been removed. And so that half has to do all of the jobs that the other half was previously doing. That being said, when you simply do the split brain, you basically trap half your brain inside where it cannot communicate with the other half or with the body, as far as we can tell. That being done, I'm curious, does that trap an identity inside your skull like a prisoner for the rest of your life? Discuss in chat.
I've done TED Talks. I'll link it all below. But the reason this book speaks to me, if I may, I don't know, get a little personal for a second. I've kind of always had this theory that there's different gnomes in my head. Obviously, I don't think that actual
This man is insane. He should be watched.
garden gnomes are living inside my skull. That's crazy. But like most people, I imagine, I do have kind of different voices in my head that have thoughts
Pardon.
that bubble up.
Brother, click the link and come talk to me. Go to your computer. Do whatever the fuck you've got to do. Email it to yourself. I don't know how to make it happen. I know it's possible. But come talk to me for a second. If you've got an opinion on free will that associates directly with the bioneurochemical matrix of the brain, I definitely want to have that conversation. Because we can discuss the religious concepts and the societal fallout and all that other stuff in discussions, right? But when we start talking about actual neurochemical cascades, you're talking about the nuts and bolts of how the human brain analogizes things and makes it into something sensible.
Some of which I don't even agree with.
And I'm not trying to
Call
help
it
you
a defense
sleep.
mechanism, call it a rationalization of bad ideas or whatever. But that was kind of my way of explaining why I sometimes had conflicting ideas or had trouble making a decision, or like the negative thoughts that kind of take over sometimes. That's the negative gnome taking the wheel. Not much unlike the world that they created in the movie Inside Out, which I just saw for the first time fairly recently. And I've got to say, like the way that they structure that world inside of her head to explain how memories work and emotions work, I thought it was brilliant. Something else I liked about the movie was that the stakes were so small, but it still felt like a big thing. Like the climax of this movie is a little girl telling her parents that she's sad. And it carried more emotional weight than all these movies where like the world ending is at stake, you know? Anyway, the point is that this book and the split brain experiments that he talks about in this book seem to make the argument that my little gnome's explanation for how
Oh my God. All right, Shades. You come and discuss free will with me. The Shades Master, all right. So many moons ago, when I was first starting my channel out, homie came in for an interview and he hit me with something in the after dark that kind of bruised my freaking brain a little bit. He asked me what the purpose of the Department of Education was. Now, this is like 3-4 years ago. And I was like, well, obviously you have to have something mitigating the entire system or else it would fall to chaos, wouldn't it? And he's like, would it? Which set my brain on this weird rabbit hole of a discovery that apparently the Department of Education's primary purpose when it was established and signed into existence by executive order, this will come up later. So make a note. Was to prevent the southern states from stealing money from the federal government destined for black schools and giving them to white schools. And you could also read that same mandate as this: preventing the southern states from taking money from the federal government for poor schools and giving them to rich schools. And yeah, no, I will not admit that you are right unless you come up here and talk to me about it, because I've got a lot more thought into the concept now and wouldn't mind having that discussion with someone else who's thought it out. So don't bite no bed bugs. Hashtag just saying you could smoke a few. Oh yeah, baby. All right. Let's do this thing. Welcome to the show, Shade Master. If you'll drop your link backstage, I will.
My links. Good God, my links.
I can go find it. Never mind.
Which one do you want?
Whatever your most viable channel is when it comes down to it. All right. So here's my question. Tell them the pitch, or if you can remember it well enough, I'm sure you can. at least the flavor of it. The pitch that you hit me with, what was it, 4 years ago?
Yeah, thereabouts. It was about 4 years ago. All right.
Go for
So when we first had this conversation about the Department of Education, I said, you know what? We don't fucking need it. It serves no real purpose. The more money we spend on it, the worse we fucking get. And besides, here was the pitch. Here was the political sales apparatus of the whole getting rid of the Department of Education. I said, listen, motherfuckers, we can wheel and deal with the communist shit libs who have thrown their money into their bullshit college degrees, that we can all agree that they paid more than it's worth. No, there's no debate about that. That they paid far more than whatever that bullshit would ever be worth. And here's the deal. Here was the pitch. Look, I am willing to pay off your student loan debt. No, I would not. I would not pay off your student loan debt. Here's what I said. I would make the collection of your student loan debt illegal. I wouldn't pay it. Fuck that shit. And the trade-off would be I completely dismantle, defund, and get rid of the Department of Education and all of its collegiate apparatuses. No more DEI, no more scholarships, no more research, no more bullshit. You are not entitled to a higher education. I know that sounds rather elitist, because it is. College, if you can harken back to the old days, is an elitist institution of rich fuckers. Huh?
By default. By default. Academia
is an elitist institution by its inception. The whole point of it was to gather people wealthy and with enough time and energy on their hands to not only learn about, but to expand and contribute to a field of science and expertise, or to at least find someone in the dregs of society worthy enough to be elevated to that status. It was never once supposed to. And yes, there is some prestige, there is some honor, and there's a lot of monetary incentive to have.
Allow me to stop you there, sir.
Go ahead.
There was prestige.
Correct.
Was honor. To be chosen as one of the poors to go to one of these prestigious universities was a major status symbol.
And back then, meritoriously so. There was purpose to it back then, because you contributed something. You added height to the giants on whose shoulders you stood.
Yes.
That's what you did.
People forget about the giant. Hold on. Sorry. My bad. I was trying to do two things at once. Most people forget about the giants upon whose shoulders they stand. I stand every single stream. I'm not even joking, on the giants of whom I've read. And I've read a lot. You know that, Trash. I have read way more than most people with the amount of time I've had access to. It's ridiculous. That being said, the Department of Education specifically,
completely unnecessary. And I was having a debate with people on another stream, and they were pissed off that I said this. They're like, that's barbaric. This is, and they weren't talking about dismantling the DEO or the Department of Education. They admitted with that, but what I told them was, do you know what it takes to make a literate child who can read and write and have conversation skills and a good grasp of their culture and where they come from, who they are, and have philosophical endeavor? You do not need a textbook. You do not need a workbook. You don't even need fucking Plato. It's called a Bible. I'm not joking here.
I'm not. No, you're not joking, sir. I learned to read from a Bible before I went to school.
Yes,
and I'm not exaggerating. I don't know how that's possible. I have no idea how my mother taught me to read, or if it was just something that I did. But it was repeated so many times while I was looking at it that I remembered what the words meant.
Exactly. I am a Latter-day Saint. My parents were, they were religiously dutiful in what they did with my upbringing. We spoke of scripture in the home. We read scriptures at least as a family once a week. I was reading the motherfucking dashboard at the age of 2.
Let me throw a caveat into here so that everybody watching knows. This man does not do religious stuff on his channel. He's not over here browbeating people. He's actually doing a game. Do you want to pitch the game? You want to tell them what that's all about so that
you are too motherfucking kind. You are too kind.
No. Seriously, if you want to come through and do another Sasquatch Shills for your new channel, that's fine. Or pick the channel you want to do it with. You were one of the very first people that wasn't part of my original troll friend group that allowed me to clown on you a little bit and not get pissy about it. So, now it's kind of the standard.
Yeah.
People know what they're getting.
Why not?
Yeah. But go ahead, do your thing.
So, okay, I want you to imagine a world where, okay, you played Magic the Gathering, right? I assume most of you are nerds. Some of you know what that is. If you don't know, Shades of Dominion is essentially, once upon a time, there was magic. Did I drink water today? Yes, I drank water today. Thank you very much. In any case, once upon a time, there was magic. Magic was fucked around with a bit too much. It's even split off into timelines, multiple universes, a whole bunch of bullshit. And then, just because it had been so abused horrifically, it just fucking died. It just said, fuck it, I'm done, I'm out, leave me alone. Except it really didn't die. A couple centuries later, it comes back as what is called the Shade. And the Shade...
I want some colors on screen, so I'm going to sit up here quietly and let you finish your thing just so this can make pretty colors.
I didn't expect you to go away in the first place. You can keep your mug up there as long as you like. Now, so the Shade is essentially magic, but with its own will. So rather than being controlled and manipulated by mages willy-nilly, the Shade is a sentient force with which the players of this game, the Shade mages, connect with and bargain for their powers. So, no, not necessarily demons, but I like where you're going with that. We do have a class of characters in the game called the Yaniv. And the Yaniv are the real demons of this game, and yes, they are inspired by Jessica Yaniv.
Special. Don't bite on that. Just keep going.
Hey, I'll give Dennis his due. If he's going to give me a segue into the Yaniv, God bless Dennis. Anyways, so you get to play so basically the Shades of Dominion is my excuse of fucking over Wizards of the Coast. I get to recreate Magic the Gathering on a tabletop setting.
By the way, hold on. This might give you some more credit. This guy was fucking Wizards of the Coast before anyone else wanted to. I love it.
God damn you, Dennis. You're the star of this show. Fuck it. Anyways, so that's essentially what we're doing. What we're doing here with the Shades of Dominion is we are making a tabletop game where you can relive your Magic the Gathering deck in a Dungeons and Dragons setting. You're going to make a character that casts spells and is a badass. And the whole mythos behind it is that you're also you know what, I'm going to leave it at that. So not only do we have the role play game, we now have a modified version of Settlers of Catan called The Extraction of Kavunam, where you play as a Shade Mage, not necessarily as a D&D character, but as a civilization in a Settlers of Catan-like setting. and you get to see how your casting your spells will affect the resource tiles in the world that you're inhabiting. So that's going to be fun too.
Absolutely. So I never really got into the cards. I kind of got out of D&D around the time the cards showed up.
All right.
I mean, like pre Magic the Gathering, we're talking what 4.5, 3.5 edition or whatever.
Yeah, 3.5 Pathfinder, that whole generation.
Pathfinder was where I drew the line.
You know, I mad respect to the creators of Dungeons and Dragons. Gary Gygax was a legend. His son Ernie is still a boss.
Hey, wait a second. Hold on. This is a totally different conversation. It'll totally kill our viewership, but I don't care. I want to know.
Okay.
Tomb of Horrors. Tomb of Horrors is absolutely legendary amongst D&D everywhere.
Okay.
Was it intended to be the end of a high-powered party, or was it intended to be a chapter of a high-powered party?
From what I understand, from what I can grasp of the Tomb
Hold on.
of Horrors.
Let me ask one more question to caveat this. Have you played the first edition Tomb of Horrors?
No, I have not played Tomb of Horrors in any iteration whatsoever.
Son, oh my God, you have not been properly fucked with by Gary.
Oh no, dude, I am aware. I know.
Have you read it? Have you read Tomb of Horrors?
I have only read the snippets you typically see online. No.
Okay. So, the Tomb of Horrors has four obelisks, or maybe two. I can't remember. 2 obelisks out in front of the pyramid that it's in, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order to open the door, you have to mess with the obelisks. I'm not going to tell you how, but if you break them, a golem shows up. If you cast spells on them, a different golem shows up. If there's a bunch of weird stuff. Okay, so let's say you get the door open. When you get into the first room, there's a mosaic on the wall to your right, a hallway in front of you, a door in front of you at the end of the hallway. The traps are absolutely freaking everywhere. It's exactly what you would expect. Do you know how to get out of this room?
Jump into the mosaic.
No. That is a third edition thing. You're right, but you're also wrong. You read that somewhere and it's stuck in your brain, and you're not wrong. What you have to do is take a fucking hammer and chip away the goddamn mosaic at the place where a door is drawn on it. Once you chip it away, you can turn the knob and open it. It's a perfectly normal door. It's not even truly, quote unquote, a secret passage, because you can find secret passages. That's a skill. That does not apply to this, because you cannot take this passage until you destroy the mosaic that it's a part of. It's not a secret passage. It's not intended to be taken. You get my point? You cannot find this without having played this module before.
Okay. I love that. I love that, because it's like Gary Gygax said, you know what? I want to give the barbarian a rogue skill.
Okay, no, I hear that, but this was specifically the final note of Gary Gygax telling you you're not supposed to be here. You should leave immediately. The concept of literally dismantling a 10,000 gold piece work of object d'art in order to enter a dungeon should tell you that you're not going to fare well on this trip. Have you ever encountered an apparatus of Qualish?
I'm here, aren't I? What do you think?
Which one, though?
No, I have not encountered one.
Well, no, an apparatus of Qualish is not immediately deadly.
Oh.
It's just in this particular dungeon, the apparatus of Qualish that's there is utilized as a trap. Once you get into it, it's very difficult to realize your way out. And I'm not saying get out, because there's really no legitimate way to escape There's a lot of this dungeon. There's this one part. All right, so you get to this hallway. You've gone through this maze, thousands of traps, hundreds of poison darts, millions of freaking things trying to kill you, and you make it to the other end because you have an absolute god tier thief, right? You get to this hallway, 20 foot long. There's a door at the end of it. You open the door, and in front of you is a 10-foot pit trap. You jump it. There's another one. You jump it. And there's a third. The third one has a plinth right at the end of it and a door in front of it. And when the first person, all right, so this is where you break your party up. Because Gary Gygax is evil. You jump to make it. There's no floor. It's actually an illusion. Instead, there's a pit trap just like the rest, except right there where that plinth is, where you would land to be able to open the door, is a chute that drops you down to a sphere of annihilation or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, there's no way out of it. It's dead if you try to make that jump. If you disbelieve, which is a first edition thing that a lot of people don't understand, and you try to make that jump, after disbelieving, you can attempt to hold on to the door, but the door's not real either. It's actually a smooth piece of stone. Your ass is dead too. You disbelieve it and the freaking door, and you realize that it is literally a high-skilled artistic representation of a door. That's not the door. You have to climb down into the freaking pit. You have to bring a 10-foot ladder into the freaking dungeon to drop into this pit so you can climb down and go to the actual door. God bless Gary Gygax. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not fought anything in this place yet. No. There are no monsters at this point. I have not mentioned but the golems out front that you don't actually have to fight if you handle them properly.
Yeah.
It was intended to kill parties that had become too powerful for the world they are in. It was no other reason. White Plume was the final actual mission intended to be accomplished by Gygax, in my opinion.
Okay. You know, I will acquiesce to your theory. I am not going to. As I was going to say, when I first got my first impression of Tomb of Horrors and what Tomb of Horrors was, I've always conceptualized it as the never-ending dungeon.
Well, that's just no, dude. It does have an ending. You can successfully navigate this thing, just not legitimately. The only character I ever had that got out of it was essentially a Deadpool version of a character, a byproduct of some serious wild magic and some random freaking events. Ended up with me being swapped into the body of a fire troll with a permanent potion of extra healing. And I basically played it out like I was Deadpool. So like he survived, but he was the only survivor out of a group of like 25th level various things. But the only reason he survived is because part of him washed out of the water system underneath the joint, and I grew back. I did not successfully accomplish the dungeon. I merely survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
We went through that thing probably 30 times in a week. We just kept starting back at the beginning and using what we learned to move forward with the same characters. And I don't know.
So it's basically Gary Gygax's last fuck you to people who just couldn't get enough.
But no, I disagree. I think he made it with the specific purpose of ending superpowered parties that were put together by people, by young DMs, right? You get into D&D, you start playing, you get that first group together, and they create these lore of your future realm, right?
Okay.
So in my world, this is all an entire single continent, and we don't discuss other islands or continents on the world because nobody knows about that. But there is a history that exists that involves a Drake rider who rode dragons and built an entire castle populace who could not be a part of his kingdom unless they could sync with the dragon. He was a bad bitch, but this was an actual character that an individual created and played up to the point where I could no longer deny the fact that he had a world-changing effect. Right?
Okay. All
He was
right.
a bad bitch. Along with the rest of his party that put together several generations, as it were, of artifactual items, and instead of keeping them and accumulating power themselves, gave them to other characters and people and things to broadcast their strength out into the world. And so it became a significant part of the lore to any campaign I run. I'm sure you've got similar things.
Yep. Yes. Well, Shades is young, so there are very few examples of that for that game at this time. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for our future legends to make themselves manifest. That would be fun. You're muted, sir.
Thank you. Have you considered utilizing AI to write any of these particular things?
No. God forbid. What I have done is I've utilized AI to assist in art generation, and
Okay.
the covenant with that is, as Shades of Dominion gets more fans and more it makes itself as a property makes more money. And we have a more vibrant fan base. The art that's going to be found in the core rulebook is going to be replaced with fan art and paid content rather than AI art, because okay, and you have to do that now because
I get it. Let me try.
Go ahead.
It's a lot cheaper to go to an AI site and get a handful of AI art to place and plug into a space holder until you have enough of a fan base to be able to produce the art that you would like to have in those spaces.
Correct. And there's no way getting around it. You can't sell this. You can't sell fantasy without art. Period. I don't care who tells you otherwise. You can't sell fantasy without art.
I would go a step further. You can't sell fantasy without hot art. You need bitches with swords and titty armor.
Yep.
I mean, I don't mean to be that guy, but I am that guy.
No, we are all that guy, and any guy who tells us he's not that guy is a fucking lying faggot who will certainly in the near future, just start the fucking clock, and
right.
that bitch is going to be, oh my god, he grabbed my boobs. Yeah, because he's a lying faggot. Surprise.
Hold on now. Are you suggesting that gatekeeping is critical to a community?
Suggesting? No, I'm flat out giving the edict.
All right, for those of y'all curious, we are now watching the live stream of Flow State, referred to as currently the Powder Dusty in his new channel format, where he is now going to disassemble the Whatever podcast because, well,
wow,
that's how that happens. No, have you met Flow State?
Yes, I have met Flow State.
Yeah,
and so
backstage one time, right?
That one time. So his new shtick is to break down.
No, after much conversation, I convinced him to start a new channel doing exactly the same thing he does now, because his previous channel, like yours, was shadow banned by something that happened years ago.
Mm-hmm.
His new channel is growing at a much faster rate than his old channel can maintain.
Oh.
I've got around 5,000 subscribers. I've done this through shorts and being a smart ass, and I'm funny, bitch. But that being said, he's not funny. No, that's not shade. I'm not throwing shade at nobody. I'm just saying his personality, he's got some
Bitch,
funny
if you are not throwing shade in my motherfucking presence, you are doing something wrong. The fuck,
I
dude?
got something specific for you. Hold on. Let me fix this. I did it wrong. Let me do it right. This is just for you, bro. When I saw it, I knew I had to have it. I knew I had to have it. Oh, no, don't lock it. Unlock it. There we go. It's time to throw some shade. Oh, it's not going to show. Fuck. God damn it. I hate the world sometimes.
I get the message.
It's time to throw some shade, and I don't have the whole thing, so fuck all y'all equally.
Well, you know what? At least chat is here, validating your experiences.
Don't validate shit. They just waiting for me to become a lolcow, bro. You've heard my theory on YouTubery, right? I've been doing this for a minute, right? I've been doing this for 6 years now, 5 years, and I have come up with a theory that seems to answer and apply to all YouTubers at all times equally.
Really?
You are the hero. You, sir, are the hero of your channel until you become the lolcow.
Wow. Okay. All right. You are the hero until you become the lolcow. So, what you're saying is that, like the warp, it can be used for good.
Yeah, exactly.
It can be used for good until its influence invariably consumes you.
You could try to use it for good, but it is inevitably going to bite you right in the fucking face. Not in your back, not in your ass, but in your eyeball.
Now, there are several examples. There's the Destiny trajectory, there's the Chris Chan trajectory, and then we have then we have the exceptions to the rule. We have
no. Hold on. Alex Dunn, it is LOL. LOL. LOLcow.
And it's one word, motherfucker. Get it straight. Now, the exceptions to the rule are those who post their shit on YouTube but create their content elsewhere. For example, the guy I follow.
I disagree. I disagree 100%. Yes.
You do? Okay.
Lolcows are not born on YouTube. Lolcows are born of narcissism and self-disrespect.
Oh, I see.
So if you take enough time talking on YouTube, enough of your words will be saved to the Wayback Machine that eventually someone can assemble a supercut of you saying the stupidest shit ever, at which point in time someone will turn you into a lolcow. The trick is to realize when that takes place, downshift your current open face channel and move into a closed face channel, which has no face reveal except for the YouTube. And then you move on with your brand.
Interesting. So what do we say to other channels or other other e-celebs like say Sargon of Akkad, where
Sargon is a perfect example of someone who has treaded the waters. He became a lolcow 8 years ago. He was laughed at by everyone everywhere because the only clips of him was of him saying absurd stuff. But he has persevered long enough for his rationality to win out over the hype and pomp and circumstance that is put on by those people who would rather deperson him. Did I say that right?
Correct. You are not. That was very succinct. You hit it on the head. Very well done. But then again, we have the common trajectory. We have the Destinies. We have the Hassan Pikers. We have the Christians.
Oh wait, no. Hassan Piker's different. Hassan Piker is financed by the lolcow industry. The lolcow. Hear me out.
Okay.
Serious, even if I'm
all right. I have questions, but I'll hear you out. I have questions though. So finish that thought, and I'll jump in.
Okay, so the log cow industrial complex are these people that have been picked by these social media industries to propagate their narrative, but don't know it. See, that's the thing about these sites is they get to pick and choose. Do you remember Snake Van Life Girl, the girl who lived in a van with a snake? Do you remember that?
I don't remember her.
This is like 3.5 years ago. Van life was all the freaking rage. Everybody was going out and traveling. This is post lockdown. Everybody's building up to a crescendo. And suddenly this chick appears on YouTube with 1 million followers over freaking night. Literally, I'm not exaggerating, overnight. She's got 1 million followers. She's got a snake and she's got a van, and she's doing $1 million level podcast numbers. And nobody can understand why. She was never on TikTok. She wasn't on Instagram. She didn't appear. Turns out she was literally hired by YouTube to fill this specific niche. And she and like a focus group is what chose what type of pet she would have, what type of van she would have, what type of life she would lead, where she would go, what she would do. It popped up, became huge, vanished 3 months. She is now a lolcow. She's not a lolcow because of anything she did. She's a lolcow because the system requires lolcows.
All right. So my follow-up question to this is, AOC is part of this lolcow.
Yes. All right. So AOC, all right. So the population became high enough that a new district was carved out of what was it? New Jersey, New York. Anyway, there was a new voting district that was there. The guy who was a part of it that had been the previous representative was 99 years old, 10,000 years old. He was the fucking Palpatine of our era. And he has to quit. He dies or some shit. I don't remember. No one decides to come in and take that place. There's a power vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum, and yet no one came in to run. So the Democratic Party put out literally a casting call and got this one big booty Latino bitch to come over and talk some shit. It worked. They backed her. She's elected because they would vote for a bag of shit with a D written on it if they freaking posted it as the nominee.
Now, okay, I don't deny that. You're probably right, but was it the Democratic Party or was it the Young Turks bullshit?
It was the Democratic Party first because they were looking for a personality that was young enough to actually beseech to the modern audience, as it were. And of course, it has to be non-white. It has to be a female, and they have to be of questionable gender. And she has an Adam's apple, sir. I hate it though.
I'm not. That is interesting. That is. I'm glad you noticed, but I'm married, so it's an irrelevant question for me.
Sir, you stop that right now. I do not.
I'm marked safe.
You can be as marked as you fucking want to, but your eyeballs are free. Do not fuck with me. I'll embarrass you, and I don't want to.
Hey. My eyeballs are free, but that does not does not mitigate my risk of
your own, sir. You keep your mind to yourself and don't bother me with that silly shit. Yeah, no, I've read an awful lot about it since the last time I talked to you, sir. Like, you keep your magic underwear. We won't even fucking discuss it, okay?
Hey, I do you want to see my righteousness, sir?
Please, no, dear God, no.
Okay.
So give me a private. You can send me a fucking email.
Okay. When a Mormon meets with like someone who's antagonistic or atheist or like someone who's like is someone who's truly like trolling or trying to lolcow us because of the whole magic underwear shit.
I don't care.
And anytime I put it that way, I'm like, what? You want to see my righteousness? They motherfucking back off. They're like, oh shit.
I am so far. I am so not interested. I'll end this freaking stream to stop it from happening.
It's all right. You mark yourself safe from viewing my righteousness.
Anyway, so how far through first edition are you? Did you do first edition D&D at all?
No, I jumped in at around 3.5. I dabbled in 3.5.
Son, we gonna fight. Where are you? I'm coming to your house so we can fight.
Look, put your panties back on, okay? Like,
no, sir. I've taken my sea panties off, and they're off. They're not going back on. No, seriously.
These Daisy Dukes are freewheeling.
Seriously, I'm like, no joke. I myself, I'm around. All right, we're the same age. I'm not trying to dox anybody. I'm just saying we're approximately the same age. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was, in my opinion, lucky. Although a couple of buddies of mine say that I was very unlucky in this one point. I was very young when I was brought into the concept of Dungeons and Dragons. 8 or 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm old enough, that version of Dungeons and Dragons was very early 2nd edition. And my whole life through that period, I kept hearing, oh, well, 1st edition is harder. 1st edition is harder. 1st edition is harder. So when I was an adult and I came across the ability to start a collection, I started a collection of 1st edition handbooks and stuff. And as I read through them, I realized, they're right. There were way fewer safeties. Like, you could smoke a party with 0 effort from 1st edition. The whole thing, a TPK.
Nice.
And that was part of the plan. That was part of the plan. That was not an accident. It wasn't overpowered. That's not the issue. The point is, if you fuck around, you find out. And that's why 1st edition was so deadly.
Nice.
Think about
actually, yeah.
These are adventurers. They are looking for an adventure. They want to kill the dragon. They want to take on a titan. They want to take on the Tarrasque. They're not fucking around in Backstreet. They're over here making worlds change.
Yep.
And so when a vampire shows up in a local freaking environment and they're like, wait a second, that's our fucking domicile, we're going to roll over there and make sure that's dealt with, right? We've got a paladin. Hey, call up Johnny. Get Johnny Goodblood over here so we can fucking deal with this shit, right? And it doesn't work because it happens to be Straw.
Yeah. Straw just rolled up on your ass and you about to find out. And no, that's...
Yes.
That is that for me was now. I'm not gonna. You've already told them that we're approximately the same age. I jumped into D&D and role playing in general at around the time that I was in high school. So much later than you came around, or when you got into it.
I mean, if you're doing 3.5 as your old version, that would imply what, 98, 99?
Oh, we're talking like 2001, around there. Because God, fourth edition was fucking bullshit.
Dude, don't look now. I'll talk about 3.5, but if we're going to get into 4th edition, I'm going to put you on the -2 playlist on this. You're just going to have to take 2 steps back, and we'll start from there.
No, I'm disavowing. I apologize for bringing it up. I didn't know it would scar you that badly.
Go ahead, bro. You're good.
But no, so I started playing D&D when I was in like high school era, and as I said, around 2000, 2001, and oddly, I never settled because I had a very eclectic DM, dungeon master, a game master who Rather than focusing on
I had the Borg in my campaign.
A what?
That was the Borg, the fucking Borg from Star Trek.
Okay.
The Borg. Yes, they crashed on my world, and that was part of the campaign. You had to deal with them.
You know what? I believe you, but more eclectic than that. The guy who brought me into that hobby, and he, by the way, complete lefty, complete loony.
But does that
does
that discount their opinion on the game?
No. And here's my point. When we went to his house to play a game, we weren't always playing the same rule set or system or universe. He made completely different settings based on whether you want to play high-powered GURPS, whether you wanted to do 100 a 100 role based Fallout game system that he homebrewed, whether you wanted to do for example the Fantasy Flight Dark Heresy games were some of the first I played with him. Call of Cthulhu was also had a similar system. Then there's the more proprietary stuff. If you've ever played, it's a video game. It's called, goddamn, what is that video game? It is called, because it's Project Zomboid. If you've ever played Project Zomboid, that is based on a roleplay system called Outbreak Undead. And Outbreak Undead let you create a character based on your own characteristics, and you had a score based on your own characteristics that you quizzed into. And it was also a D100 system, but it's resource system. Like if you wanted to, like, you couldn't level up in the system because the whole premise of Outbreak Undead is your zombie survival plan will fail. That's the title of that. That's the sub note of the entire system. Your zombie survival plan will fail. And it was deliberately engineered so that you could take you're muted again, just by the way. You could take your neighborhood.
Now, sir. I know how my StreamYard works, and while I am quite inebriated, I'm currently setting up a redirect to go to a different chat so that we can take this backstage in 3 minutes. Sir?
Fine. So, but in my case, I was exposed to a plethora of roleplay systems, and Shades honestly steals from all of them. So,
well, obviously, I mean, that's the only way to do it, right?
Exactly. You take what works. And
all right. So let me tell you how I run my campaign, and keep in mind this is from a first edition framework with a second edition learning. I learned second edition first, and then I went back, was like, wait, there are foundational reasons for the things that happen in second edition. And I went and learned all the first edition stuff. By the way, I have every first edition manual ever printed.
Good job.
All of them. And I have one of my most valued possessions is a first edition DMG second copy cover that has been color penciled by an artist. It is beautiful, dude. It is beautiful. Homie has gone in and covered every single page in either gold or silver type backing, but did it actually get, he, like I said, he's an artist. He did like a point, dude, it's amazing. He did a pointillism thing on the Black Dragon in like page 76 or whatever it is. I can't remember.
Stipling?
Yeah. He took the stifling that was already there and then added 3 or 4 layers of color to it.
Oh God.
It's amazing, dude. It is phenomenal. And out of like the reason I bought this collection was to get this DMG. I have a first copy cover PHB. I have a first copy cover Fiend Folio, not associated with the collection that I bought to get this. First copy cover player's handbook, first copy cover, everything you could possibly freaking imagine. So essentially, I have 2 copies of almost everything that exists. One in the original copy cover, some of them signed by a few different individuals involved in the creation, but we're not going to get into that. And then the second copy covers that was created because I worked in a movie store, and I knew a guy who worked in a bookstore, and he wanted movies and I wanted books, and we made trades to make that happen. And so I have a ridiculous collection.
I am so jelly.
You fucking should be, brother. And I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just telling you how it is.
No, it is what it is. I'm not fighting you on that point. But suffice to say,
I have a $3,000 bid on my first edition collection from a guy who works at the University of Georgia. He simply has told me, I'll give you $3,000 for everything you have. I want that. I want that DMG. I want that DMG. That's what he's paying for. Is that DMG art in it? Yes, dude. The name of the artist has a YouTube channel. He is fucking shit. Damn it. Here, entertain the motherfuckers while I figure it out.
All right. So, as he does this, he's always going to be traditionally late and gay with all of his information. He can still hear me, but that doesn't matter. So, as I was saying about the whole exposure to systems and how things work, and taking what works and what doesn't work. A good example of that in Shades of Dominion is one of the early supporters and fans of the game made an awful suggestion. And the suggestion was to make the shade akin to like sin or evil or indulgence or something like that. And while I understood his direction and I understood his intent, I shot him down. And the reason I shot him down is because giving the shade a morality would imply duality. And that's not the point of this game. That's not the point of the experience of being a shade mage. In this game, the shade is simply a force in the universe, and it's completely amoral as it exists. Yes, it has an agenda. Yes, it's sentient, but it's ultimately amoral. Because to suggest otherwise...
Let's be honest. It is an inhuman intellect, and therefore morality is secondary to its consideration.
Correct. But the point is, to give it a morality or a duality would do to the shade, the Shades of Dominion system, what psionics did to magic in D&D. And fuck that noise. I learned from the mistakes of my giants.
No, when you stand on the shoulders of giants, you should definitely look down to see what happened.
Exactly. And I saw that mess that Gygax did with psionics. One, he did his best. There was no way to unfuck that mess when it was made. But I'm not obliged to repeat making that mess.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to come to defense of Gary Gygax. When Gary Gygax originally conceived of Dungeons and Dragons, the idea of psionics was not a part of it. But immediately after production of the original chainmail, is that right? He realized, holy shit, I didn't include psionics and I didn't include clerical magic for the most part. They had some light healing in chainmail, not a whole lot. He utilized that to not only add healing and magical magic. I'm sorry, I don't have a better way to fucking justify it, but he utilized that to create healing and magical magic, but then added psionics as what appears to be an afterthought. But if you actually utilize it the way the book says from first edition, it's not that overpowered. It just seems that way because you haven't thought about it.
Well, here's what I like about, because you get a glimmer into how Gary actually thought and ran his games from his children. I saw an interview with shout out to another channel if you're not too morally opposed. There's a channel called Mildred the Monk, where he covers indie games, and he actually did. Oh, sorry, I was muted there. Anyways, this guy gave my channel a view or so, but he actually interviewed Ernie Gygax. And what's funny is that in this interview with Ernie Gygax, Mildra, bless his heart, is explaining to how he used physics and damage dice and the rules as written in the system to create a character who basically, you know, dropped a rock and killed the big bad evil guy. You know, as certain autistic players are wont to do. To which Ernie looked at him and said, "Yeah, you just had a shitty GM who let you get away with bullshit."
But it's accurate. All right, let me tell you the worst shitty GM moment I had. And then I want to hear your worst shitty GM moment. All right.
Okay.
Second edition rules. A bless.
Okay.
+1, whatever you bless, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you bless a sword, it becomes unbreakable without extreme effort. Correct?
Okay. Correct.
Suppose you were to bless, I don't know, a fishing line.
Okay.
Okay, so we take a blessed fishing line, we loop it back and forth across the opening to a orc stronghold, and then we start some shit.
Okay.
The orcs come out. The ones at the back don't know what's happening to the ones at the front. The ones at the front get sliced up by the blessed fishing line. Do you give me XP?
You know what? Look, if that had been my game, the GM's error here was allowing you to use fishing line to cut up orcs.
But no, hold on. And you can say that all you want.
I will.
But
I motherfucking will. Look, I don't care how fucking blessed.
No, sir. That line is unbreakable. And the mounts that I put it on around the hillside that the cave came out of literally wrap around. And so it's its own breaking point. And there are thousands of orcs. You said so yourself, sir. Thousands. How is it possible the ones at the front could tell the ones at the back that there's a problem?
You see, I would have let you slice up 1, 5, maybe a dozen. Maybe a dozen.
10. I got 10. I'm actually happy with it. I got 10 out of 10,000. Say we're good.
If you got 10 orcs, that would be a good compromise, and I would give you the XP. Just personally. Because, you know, it's technically your kill. No.
Keep in mind, we still got to kill the 7 shamans and 2 orc chiefs, and then their freaking families, which can be a freaking issue by themselves. It's not a sweep. We have not swept them. We just killed a couple of hundred of them before we got started.
Yeah. So I would have let you kill maximum 10 orcs that way.
Yeah, no, that's where it landed. It landed there because of XP considerations, because after he sat down and thought about it real hard, there's no chance that anyone else gets XP because it wasn't their idea. It wasn't their bless spell, and it wasn't any other aspect of this. That was all me, baby.
No, my reasoning would have been after 10 orcs, we hit the threshold of reasonable breaking point for fishing line.
Dude, before I even pitched it, I asked him, I was like, wait, let me get this straight. You mean to tell me this is a hillside that sticks up with pure rock? Yes. And there's a path that walks all the way up to the freaking opening. Yes. And the opening is no more than 50 feet around. Yes. And I can completely wrap this up with my fishing line that I happen to have with me. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to cast Bless on that shit and start some trash.
Okay.
DM went, what?
Yeah. I would have given you 10, not because of XP. Like, if he did it for XP, that's bullshit.
Well,
Flat
I
out.
mean, look, dude, listen. All right, let me give you a pitch. Let me pitch you a situation. And this is when I lost all, when this guy lost all respect for me.
Okay, let's go.
So there is a, hold on, I have a hair. I don't understand why. Anyway, there is an ancient parable about a prince who did not want his daughter to marry. And so to get the most intelligent, best served individual to come marry his daughter, he came up with a challenge. The challenge was, there is a cup. In the cup is a gem. The gem sits in the cup. You cannot remove the gem without touching the cup. It's smaller than the cup, right?
Okay.
But this gem sits in the cup and is on a rug. You cannot touch the gem without walking on the rug. The rug sits there, 15 by 15. The cup sits in the middle. Call it as big as your fist, right? The Holy Grail. It's the Holy Grail. Okay.
All right.
And in this Holy Grail is a gem. And if you can take the gem from the cup without touching the cup, you may marry the king's daughter. And I went, I'm going to roll up the rug and take the gem. And the DM went, you fucking suck. I hate you. You suck. This is supposed to be 2 hours of the night's gameplay, and your asshole self just solved it in 10 seconds. And I went, it's a rug, dude.
Look, if he took pains to describe the rug, and he just thought you'd be a moron and not put two and two together, that's kind of his fault.
Dude, I'm sorry. He should have recognized the autism at its outset. That's all I can say. I have a cousin that runs DMs for us, and he's like one of the only people I'll let DM for me because I obviously, I am a rule whore. If you're going to set a hard and fast rule, I will make you pay for it.
Okay.
You make a rule, I will exploit it. You will regret it, and you will make a new rule that I will exploit and you will regret.
Yeah, and
welcome to hell, bud.
Yeah, just to toot my own horn, I made Shades of Dominion to be like Magic in the sense that I expect and I desire and I engineer the game for min-maxing.
But that's not what I do. I'm mid-max. No. I see. Okay. I hate classes. I hate them. I am a Renaissance man. I myself have picked up so many skills from jobs that I've had that I will baffle you. If you put me to working on any given thing, I've done something similar enough to it that I can accomplish this task.
Yep.
I don't understand. When I run in first, second, 3.5, I almost always run a rogue for the skills glut. I'm a skill whore, baby. I can make a, what do they call them? A utility class. I can make you pay for a utility class, dude.
Nice.
I'll sit around. I don't know. It's not something I consciously do. It's just like once the rules are laid out around me, I'm like, well, that's weird. I wonder if ... And it just endlessly cycles until things fall into place.
I like that. I like players like that. That makes for a good night.
I have to avoid certain panels because I have a tendency of taking them over with questions. I haven't been asked not to go, but I'm aware that my domineering personality tends to take over.
Dude, I'm pretty certain I have the same problem. Which is why when we shoot the shit, I'm it's like coming home a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's because I'm like an old shoe. Like, you've already offended me, so we're past that shit.
Oh, that's right.
Offended me. We're no longer.
Right. But we're no longer a thing. We're I pissed you off, didn't I?
Not really. I mean,
All
it
right.
takes a lot to piss me off, dude. The thing is like, we can have a disagreement and we can disagree, and I don't care any further than that. It's when someone takes on like the disagreement as a freaking vestige, you know, like that's when things become a bit of an issue. And I'm like, dude, we just, I don't care.
The fuck you mean we've had a disagreement?
Go ahead, have fun.
No one has ever informed me of a disagreement. Have you been holding out on me, sir?
Obviously, I hold out on everyone. That's just standard operating procedure when it comes to this channel. I operate on a game theory.
On a game theory, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That eliminates the emotional aspect of things that I give a shit about and don't give a shit about.
Oh.
It's things like this that are exceptional, where reality intrudes into game theory that you can't quantify for.
In other words, keeping things where they fucking belong. It's just it is that simple.
Really, really fucking is. And one of the issues I have with the world, the universe currently, is politics. And I know we just got done with an election cycle and the what the fuck ever, don't care. My point is, I've got several previous guests that were really sucking on that big tip from politics that have suddenly dropped off.
Really?
They're pissed. They're pissed because I kept telling them, like, throughout the entire election cycle, I'm like, look, there'll come a point when all of this drops off and you won't be able to do this type of thing anymore. What do you like to do? And they're like, well, I want things that can be a goddamn star. I'm like, okay, I got that part. But listen, what do you enjoy? What is your personal desire to speak about? If you can figure out what makes you happy to talk about, and you could talk about it for 2 hours fucking straight without a break, do that shit.
Yeah. And you know what? You do have to find yourself outside of what you would call the mainstream narratives, whether it's right or left. You have to find yourself outside of that. And, you know, obviously, I have my own political leanings. And even on the channel before this, I had my own leanings. That the carnal conservative was not silent about his desires for the world, but even as the carnal.
Have you looked into the Captain Curmudgeon?
Oh, not yet.
It was not an error. It was not a mistake that I went from using carnal conservative intro to Captain Curmudgeon intro. Dude,
oh, I know.
Homie did this thing called Black George Washington. Get this, because he wanted to do the George Washington exit address, right? And when he tried to get the visuals for it, YouTube would only give him Black George Washington. And so he said, fuck it. It's glorious.
Oh my God. Dude, did he have AI generate video audio of Black George Washington full Ebonics?
Fucking better, dude. It's so much better. Hold on. I'll get a piece of it.
But anyways, but as you're doing that, even as carnal conservative, my whole shtick was, look, good conservative clean living needs to be far sexier than it is right now. Not fucking Shapiro bullshit, not the cuck Matt Walsh, because he's a fucking cuck. Look, conservatism itself needs to be sexier. Like it needs, like who's a good example of this? The guy who did Moses. You're muted, sir.
Give me 10 seconds, brother. I want you to hear this.
All right.
So this is Captain Curmudgeon. He hold on, fucked everything up. I'm sorry. I'm a total amateur. I apologize for the amount of amateurism that takes place in things that I
Hey, boomer. Hey, boomer.
Shut up, brother.
Local.
Not from where Black George Washington be sitting. You remember that one time that Shakespeare motherfucker wrote that line about people's protesting too much? It look a whole hell of a lot like these peoples be protesting too much. It's almost like one party think they can't win without no vote fraud. Speaker Johnson say he gonna staple this proof of citizenship bill on the ass end of the bill they got to pass to keep the gun.
Brother, if you have not come across Curmudgeon,
my God.
Goddamn genius. He really is. And I have been milking this motherfucker trying to get him to actually come out of his shell, right? I get him out, get him doing live streams. He starts fucking making it goddamn happen. He does a handful of songs. He does a handful of things. Then he brings out Black George Washington, the 1 year anniversary of the show we put together. And his daughter dies the next day.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God, fucking melted heart, right? Like,
the universe hates you.
No.
Oh, that sucks.
Just life. But it's just life, really. I mean,
oh man.
It sucks. It fucking sucks. There's no part of it that I like. I don't like referring to it. It's a terrible thing. We set up a stream Monday that, you know, he's going to come back. He's going to do an intro, a monologue. He's got and he can't do it.
Damn.
That's fine. That is fine, dude. Like,
God damn.
You can have whatever issues you want to fucking have. This is YouTube.
Yeah.
If you can't do a thing, don't do it.
Correct.
It's trying to do things you cannot do that results in you becoming a lolcow sooner.
Yep.
So
that is correct.
When this gentleman's like, hey, I want to do this thing, I set up the stream. I get everybody involved. I get a whole bunch of people excited about it. And he's like, you know, dude, I thought I could do it. I can't do it. Fine. We do it anyway. It sucks. The whole thing fucking bombs. I don't care. I do not give the least little bit of shit. I don't care. Grand total of 12 people fucking watching. Who gives a shit? That's not why we're here. Why are you here, Shade Master?
I came here to talk with my good friend, the Caucasian Sasquatch, and to shoot the shit and to have some fun and to talk about the downfall of the Department of Education.
And maybe even find somebody else that gives a damn.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, that's not required, but, you know, that's what we're in the freaking...
The whole point of this bullshit, this whole social media thing, this whole Facebook thing is, you know, I have a suspicion, an inkling that I feel a certain way, and I'm gonna bet that at least someone else feels that exact same way, and they think they're alone. They think they're crazy, and they're not.
Yes.
Because I was on that other stream with where I told them about the Bible and educating a child properly. Oh, they thought that was pure insanity. They thought it was nuts. But I know you know what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying.
First of all, I'm not a member of them that they're Latter-day Saints type individual.
Nope. No, you're not.
What I am, though, is deep in the fucking Bible Belt. And while I'm personally, if I had to define my particular form of spirituality and I had to put it in front of you and be public about it, I would call myself a Christian pagan. I don't know what's right, but I'm willing to be interested. That being said, there are certain things in this universe you do not fucking do. You do not break mirrors. Throw salt over your fucking shoulder. Do not step on thresholds. When you're sweeping, keep that fucking broom away from the goddamn threshold. Don't be silly. There's no point in inviting evil into your life. That being said, I know Wiccans. I know others that aren't Wiccans that I find the difficulty trying to describe. My point being, I'm agnostic. If you want to ask what I think about my relationship between me and God, out here in front of my house, right behind me over here, about 15 feet away from where I'm sitting, there's a sidewalk. On that sidewalk is an ant. So on that ant, there's an amoeba, and on that amoeba, there's a paramecium. That paramecium has about as much consideration about the universe as I do, in my opinion. I'm just saying, I do not believe that I rise to the level of God's awareness, and I don't think he has a plan for me specifically, but for the type of creature that I am, I can accept that. An architecture to the universe, sure. A creator, possibly. A primary force, almost certainly. But as far as defining it, I'll just wait until that's decided by smarter people than I am. And I'm fucking brilliant.
I'm going to send you a funny.
You do that shit, brother. I got about 5 minutes and I'm going to end this thing. Hey, I'm going to drop a link in chat right now. And y'all just go on over there. I'm going to go over there and talk some shit and be a bitch to this guy because I enjoy it. It pleases me. Quite frankly, I'm not even going to lie. I mean, dude, listen. When I had a guy ask me to be a producer for his show, and I was like, do you have a show? He said, no. I said, do you want a show? He said, not really. And I went, what do you want me to do? He's like, help me with trust. And I was like, so basically, don't lie to you, don't fuck with you, and don't be a bitch about it. He's like, yeah. I was like, okay.
I can do this.
I get a backdoor pass, and I don't really have to do anything but protect the channel.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. See, in terms of service, I got that shit in my back pocket. Let me make sure I got the right link.
Yeah, I do not know the terms of service. I really have not read it backwards and forwards.
Well, I'll be honest with you, dude. Like, fact is, terms of service are kind of vague. They're intentionally vague, and they're specifically done that way so that they can lure you into traps. I've been under a strike for almost 1.5 years.
Uh-huh.
How long ago do you think I should have monetized?
Oh God, at least 2 years ago.
Right? So I couldn't. But an interesting thing happened this last time. When I got my strike, I had probably, I don't know, 12, 13 maybe shorts filmed. I had a couple of short videos that I'd already done that I had saved. I have not produced, other than my live streams, a single piece of content. Nothing.
Uh-huh.
And everything that happened after the strike that I had already created, I uploaded after the strike fell off. 10,000, 9,000, 8,000 views. Obviously, there's something there. I'm doing something correct. It is working. My live streams don't go that big, though. It's a weird thing. You would figure with 5,000 people, I'd have, 50 people to show up for a live stream. Fuck no. 19. 11.
Yikes.
Isn't that strange? Meanwhile, I have another individual that I work for over here who has 2,000 subscribers and has 70 people in chat every single fucking night.
Now, that is interesting. Now,
yes, that's what I said. That's exactly what that is interesting.
Is it their type of content, or is it is it their frequency?
Okay, part of it has to do, and this has taken a long. I've probably been a producer over here for a year, and it has taken almost 9 months for me to reach this level of confidence in what I'm watching.
Okay.
The individual is physically attractive.
Okay.
He operates on camera and placates individuals in chat. Then he utilizes his channel to add integration in the chat by giving them something to do, such as pay for, by removing people from panel, changing people's names, changing people's the little headline thing you got under your name.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
That kind of stuff. It's gimmicky as fuck, but at the same time, it's exactly the type of carny atmosphere you would expect from YouTube.
I love it.
Yes, sir.
See,
now
the
trick here is to get the audience before you implement the money. Because if you implement money before you get the audience comes in, sees that you're trying to make money, gets their fucking dick in a crunch and leave.
Yeah.
That's the part I'm trying to figure out how to bottle.
Okay. All right. I feel you. You know, when the early videos that I have for the live streams of the game, where we actually have Shades of Dominion play testing, has something similar where you could throw shade at the players, submit to the game, or the game submit to the Shade Master a magic card you want thrown at the players, and depending on the rarity, that's how much you would have to donate to throw it at the player. Yeah.
Just saying. And I didn't say a word. Look, all right. I mean, I don't know if I've run this by you before, but I've tried. It may not have stuck. I don't know. Okay, so game theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before I started my channel, I sat down and did a whole bunch of game theory thought processes and things. Sun Tzu, the fucking art of the deal, you goddamn name it. Anything that applies to game theory, even peripherally, I read it. And then I thunk on it real fucking hard. And I realized that I am trying to sell a product. The product that I am trying to sell is me.
Yep.
That is narcissistic and no one will fucking buy it because it's snake oil. However, if I mask the idea of selling myself by selling you, I can gain additional subscribers who don't guess that's what I'm doing without any fucking effort on my part. Do you see it? Not only do I get additional subscribers, the specific subscribers that I get are the people who give a shit about your channel. They're the ones who fucking matter.
Well, as someone wise once said, the secret to life, or the secret to success in life, is sincerity. And once you learn how to fake that, you have got it made.
Oh, I can fake sincerity, but here's the thing. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. If I had a shit to give, I would give it to you and wouldn't have a shit to give. My point is, I am me. To quote one of my favorite heroes, I am me and I'm the best me that I can be. I'm just saying, dude. Hey, Dennis, go over to the link that I dropped. I'm going to end this because we've already gone over the 3 hour and 30-minute mark.
Yeah, I'm going to hop off, let you do your outro, and see you in the channel.
All right, brother. I'm going to run over to Flow States after this and basically smoke his ass up for fun because I'm drunk.
Hilarious. I will see you there, man.
I'm going to tell him that I'm going to smoke his ass up because I'm drunk. Then I'm going to leave and go to bed. I might even try to get my dick sucked. Who knows?
Peace out. Enjoy.
Much love, brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know how this plays. we get to this point in the show, and I generally poke a button and another button, and then it's over. But listen, I love each and every one of you like a brother and a sister. But if y'all give me any trouble tonight, I'll run every goddamn one of y'all off this mountain.
I gotta bounce. Thanks a lot for proving just how ugly and immature you are. It's been real. And just so you know, I don't really care about your problems.
What are the humans doing?
Yeah, let's make it a beautiful day.